we're starting this episode with a quick intervention,
Okay.
and that's with Steve and I for Ayo.
Okay.
Yes, Ayo doesn't stay at home anymore. We don't know
Doesn't
his
stay at home.
whereabouts. We don't know
Yeah.
where he is right now. As we're recording, we do
I
not
am
know
here.
his
I
location.
am in the cloud.
You know.
I am in the cloud. And that's what you need to know.
We don't know his location. We don't know, but we just know that he's not
he
at home.
deceives us. He deceives us with. He sells us with his background he uses for on Zoom. So we don't know if he's at home. But Osage has discovered a way to know that he's not at home. You know.
Yes.
Osage always investigative. Once an investigative journalist, always an
Yes.
investigative journalist.
I cannot watch this amount of espionage series.
I'm telling
and
you.
not apply some things. I have to. Whether it's the Day of the Jackal or Lioness
Steve, remember
or the
when
agency.
remember when Osage was taping his webcam? He was the first person I knew that will tape his webcam, will block his webcam.
Yeah. I remember in the
I'm like-
office.
I'm like, bro,
Something
The
less from him.
KGB is not after you, bro. Take it.
Nobody's after me. Everything is going in the cloud. They're not just telling you they're recording. It's like all these your Alexa devices. This one I have, it's listening. Because if
Okay,
it's
what
not listening,
happened
when
to-
you say hey,
Yeah.
Alexa, and the thing
How
says
does he know?
He knows,
yes, yeah, it's listening now. So good thing is that there's a dot you can press and the thing goes red, and then
Let
it's
me-
not listening. At
Let me
least
tell you,
I think it's not listening.
yeah, right. Let me
Now
tell you
that
something that happened to
it's
me.
confirmed. Okay, please go on.
So one day I was in my office, man. So my colleagues were talking about gospel ministers, popular gospel ministers in Nigeria, and how they like their songs and everything. I mean, I just did my own laptop. The next day, my YouTube homepage just changed. I
Yep.
saw nothing less than 30 gospel songs from
artists.
popular gospel artists in Nigeria.
Uh-huh.
This
Not
is
to
what
say
I was
me,
going
I
to
did-
ask.
this is not
now
me
that
that
it's
I
been
was-
confirmed that they have listening and they are watching us and they are selling this data to companies as advertising too. Is it showing in the financial statement that they are selling our data? Like, is there anything? Is it showing? Because companies release their financial statement and you see how many phones they've sold, how many software they've developed, so forth. Are they showing us how much they've made from selling our data? Because it's not like nobody can argue this anymore now. Everyone knows.
That's a good question.
Everyone
Yeah,
knows.
is this showing on their
His
balance
financial
sheet?
record, exactly. Is it showing so that we will know how much?
How much my data
This
is worth?
Steve, this is the point in the movie where you have the choice to go back and go to your house and go and sleep, or you go forward and whatever you see,
You take it.
you take it.
Oh,
mean-
boy.
Yeah, but you guys, you're absolutely right. They are selling the data. So why is it
Yeah.
not showing
Why is it
up
not showing in
on
the
financial records? Why not? Why
That's
not?
where the big business is now. The selling of data. That's where the
Yeah,
big business
because
is.
it's mad. Just having to target and add to someone who I just talked about TV. I remember when I was looking for TV to buy, I was looking for Black Friday deals, and I was having the conversation at home. Wow, Mom, we need to buy TV. Blah, blah, blah. I'll just go on Instagram. The only thing I'm seeing is TV.
TVs.
I'm like,
Bro, you know the one that was crazy? I went to a store. I saw Clorette chewing gum.
yeah.
I didn't talk about Clorette chewing gum. Do you understand? I didn't talk
Yeah.
about it. I purchased it. But I had my phone out. Usually, I'm always having my phone out because I'm listening to a podcast, so I'm probably clicking on something.
Yeah.
I got home, and the first ad when I opened Instagram was Clorette chewing gum.
Yes, man.
So I started thinking, like, I didn't mention Clorette.
So
I
what
only
happened?
purchased it. And I started
Yeah.
thinking,
Is it connected to your financial record, to your
do
payments?
you understand?
So your
And
payment
even if it's
history? Like,
connected
what's
to
happening?
even if it's connected, it can't be connected to the payment because I went to the store and I used my card with the store. I didn't the store's computing machine, right? Whatever machine software
POS
they're
they are
using.
using.
No, not
Point
even
of-
POS, even the software that they're using
Yeah,
to
okay.
compute the
To
amount of
compute
things or
inventory.
the inventory management software. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's not connected to my so I now said, oh, I know what happened. I carried
happened?
my phone and probably the camera went across the Clorette string.
Oh,
Yes.
shit.
It's my only reasoning.
We're in the matrix.
That's the
guys.
only reason.
We're in the
Yeah.
matrix now.
And it makes sense. I won't lie you.
It does.
Because
It does.
yeah,
We've talked
man,
about
this
so
is-
many things. You open up your phone and they're
see
immediately
it
7
there.
yards of
Yeah.
those things.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. But we're in the
It is
end
what it
game.
is.
You can't go back now.
You can't go back.
The advantage is too much now. They will set all the advantages to you that this is what you can do, what this is what you can do, and you're like, let's make life easier for myself. Let me make life easier for myself. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know.
You can't. Yeah, in the end game now. Guys, quick one, right? We always talk about the big three of now, and we talk about the big three of before. I was just thinking about this. I wanted to start the podcast with this. So the big three now, we talk about them. Big three of before, P Square, The Band, and Two Face, right?
Yes.
And you know, when we move away from the big three, we then talk about like the other artists, high profile artists, and all of that. I think there's someone we specifically, well, not specifically, but we sort of like miss out on mentioning or praising as high as the big three, because this guy is close to the big three. It checks all the boxes from a discography point of view, solid, from, you know, influence, impact, everything. But we keep on missing out this person's name. And this person also stays unbothered, to be very honest. I wanted to know, I wanted you guys to guess what I'm talking about.
We can't guess so. Artist plenty.
No, it's there. And until today, this person is still relevant.
Is it Flavor?
I know Flavor is the first person you would go to, which was what I thought you would do, as any of you guys would do, right? Because we've also had that conversation of Flavor. But it's actually not Flavor. I think this person in the ranking of Afrobeats is more important than Flavor.
What is this person?
No, it's not Olamide. Remember, not the new big three. The
first, the old big three.
The old big three.
The old big three.
Yes. And I think this person is so important because he has cut across the old big three and even into the new, like the old Afrobeats era.
Timaya.
Right? Thank you. He has to. He has to be.
Yeah.
He's got everything.
Ranking him higher than Flavor, though.
I will rank him higher than Flavor. Albums, yes. I rank Timaya higher than Flavor. Tell me what Flavor has that Timaya does not have. Tell me.
Musicianship.
This life I can't keep myself. I can't keep myself. I can't keep myself. Allow me to flex. This life I can't keep myself. I can't keep myself. I can't keep myself. Allow me to flex. Many years me I done the go. Rock the mic, me I rock the show. Many hit songs when I go. Still them go say me I know they try. I see them complain of Kanye West. In speaking mind the people best. Everybody wants to be the best, but the world can do without the best. Akwake can sing in Jehovah. Nobody did that Jehovah. I say happen on my car. Declare them for I. In a thing cool of an eye. He do them like Fimo. This life I can't keep myself. I can't keep myself. I can't keep myself. Allow me to flex. This life I can't keep myself. I can't keep myself. I can't keep myself. Allow me to flex. Yeah. Oh. They don't clap whenever I win. Yeah. Oh. So we don't care. Life we dey live.
And I think he knows this. He said it on this song. He said, they don't clap when I win, so we don't care. Yeah. Do you understand? Has one of the coolest rebrand ever.
Yep.
One of the coolest rebrand ever. Came in looking like a tout. Today, he looks like
this chilled.
Come on, man.
Yeah, I remember because when he first came out, it was like him and Terry G.
Yeah.
But the way he just rebranded and left Terry G behind was just more.
Yeah.
So matter.
Me, I would definitely.
It's also
I don't know about
benefits of
you
success
guys.
too, Sha.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
When you have the money, you can rebrand. Timaya is fucking rich, so
yeah, true.
So Timaya was paid from his first album.
What?
So me, one of the coolest rebrands. I think discography for discography. I'll pick Timaya's discography over Flavor's discography.
This is this is a very bold claim. I don't understand.
Okay. Give me. Flavor doesn't have a classic. Timaya has at least one classic.
Yeah, the debut.
Agreed.
We give him that.
Yeah,
Agreed.
the debut, right? Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah.
Flavor has his high moments. For me, Timaya is more like Timaya for me is more culture defining. What just happens to Timaya is that people just do not want to respect him.
Recognize him.
Yeah, or recognize. That's the word. Yes, recognize.
I don't know, man. Flavor and Timaya. I don't know, man. Sags.
Because Timaya for me,
I have to go and sit down and think about this.
Timaya,
sit down and think about it.
Musical moments, Timaya. Come on, man. The first album. Come on. Do you want to talk about the second album? Where he basically lost it in the second album. You want to talk about that?
Maybe think about this. Maybe I go to think about that first.
No, I'm serious. For me, come on, man.
It's not as if Flavor doesn't have good albums. They're just saying classic just to. I understand what you're trying to say, but
come on, man, bro, listen to this, man. Don't let's go into this thing. Come on, man. For me, it's Timaya over Flavor. I'm telling you. Yeah, albums.
I think what Timaya has over Flavor is that, like you said, he has cultural defining moments. The whole South thing, the OD Massacre, even him joining K Solo bringing out that style of production and defining music within that era at that time. Yeah. And he is a forerunner to the whole I came from another place and I broke in Lagos way before Flavor did that. That was like 2 years before Flavor. No, 4 years before Flavor did that.
2 years? Sorry, 2 years? Like,
5 years. 4 or 5 years before he did that. Yeah. I think why we are struggling is because when it comes to musicality in this country, Flavor is almost peerless. That's the problem. Right? I think that's what we are struggling with.
In terms of musicianship.
Yeah, musicianship.
Right?
That is what we are struggling with. Yes.
That's what we're struggling with.
Yes.
And also like the hits over the eras and how relevant Flavor is to today in terms of defining all the TikTok videos you're watching about people going to the East, it was just basically Flavor songs that they were using. Like Flavor is a soundtrack for Dirty December in the East. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like it's I don't know, man. It's a hard one for me. I'll think about it. I think I'm still going with Flavor. But if I think maybe after I'll give a lot of thought to it, I might change my mind.
I mean, you talked about hits of today, man. I mean, you say hits of today, man. Which song is bigger than this, man?
Bro, what best he did on this song?
Yeah, it's crazy. Shout out to you for calling him Benson.
I want to call him again.
The last time that I checked. Now before I digress, my girl, you told me that I'm not your love interest. See, my girl, the last time that I checked, see, nothing ain't changed yet. Except that I got a big bag and a big flag. Don't make nobody tell me nonsense, my nigga. Streets is so cold, my nigga. May nobody come try cry me a river. I'ma pull through like the strings on my guitar. Nonsense, my nigga. The streets is so cold, my nigga. May nobody come try cry me a river. I'ma pull through like the strings on my guitar. So cold outside, my brother. I don't want pull no trigger. I just want live, cause I'm going play. I don't want no wahala. It's so cold outside.
What a jam. What a jam. What a jam.
The way Timaya respects Buju for this song.
Yeah, I remember him playing it for us before the record came out, right? We're doing something together and it was like, this guy is a writer. Benson is a pretty good writer, man.
Melody, bro. That boy.
Yeah. I saw a lot of comparison with him and Victoni in the last few days on social media.
I think they have that strength. But I don't think, when it comes to melody, I bet leave him for Buju. I beg you.
I think Benson is a really good writer. I also love Victoni. I won't compare them because I feel like they're both great artists.
Yeah, if I listen to Victoni, I know what I want. If I listen to Buju, I know what I'm getting. So
yeah. I feel like we're great artists. Talking about that, I Can't Kill Myself record. Which record do you think is very similar to that record? As I was listening to it, there's a record that is very similar to the record.
From Timaya again?
No, it's not from Timaya.
From Two-Face?
No. It sounds very... not like it has the same... This other record too has Myself in the title, right? And the chorus is almost similar, but as I was singing the Timaya record and listening to it, I was like...
That one came to your head.
Yes.
Just play them. Maybe we can't recognize them.
Shout out to Basket Mouth.
I can't kill myself.
No.
Oxlade.
When you work for me,
Oxlade is another incredible artist.
Okpebholo vocal. Hey.
I could do the one with the work for me. You know, say I can't keep myself up. I gotta do the one way I sabi, I never cut another man, cut according to my size, I never cross road with them, put as I dance for light, As you can see, not the man, you can see, I know they send nobody, or do maybe, I did do my thing, I did make my business they go. Only for was finding market, Shabale, I can't ruin my plans, but they don't know, see me, I'm starving a deep only for one know what I do. Shabale, I can't my dear, but I know they put my forward in them nose and not. I know why, if I do this, they go say that, if I say that, they go do this, anything I do, they police, oh, now they enter my pee so if I do this, they go say that, if I say this, they go do that, oh, now I scatter my plans, I can't kill myself, when you work for me, I go do the one that serve me, I go do the one with the work for me, you know, say I can't keep myself.
I think we can all agree that Yaba C is a better album than Horoscopes.
Yaba was the
Definitely
first
now.
one.
Yeah, bass.
Which
Yeah.
one was the first one?
Yeah, bass now.
Oh, yes.
Y'all agree, I mean. Horoscopes is not a bad album too, but like the first one was just too,
No, this one is just too much. This one is it's too much.
So that first one was
Too
on
much.
point. On point.
just too good.
Yeah.
I never, thought Basket Mouth would go on to be an incredible A&R.
Especially, well, yeah.
Well, he had the
Especially
music
'cause-
background.
But he was a hardcore rapper now then, right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, bro, if you listen to Basketball,
So unfortunately.
please crack
This
the
guy-
jokes.
this-
Crack
this-
the jokes.
This guy is biased against hip hop, against Nigerian hip hop. One day we'll fight.
Because basket is never taking it like hardcore. It's taking it like Wu-Tang hardcore. Like, bro.
Yeah.
Easy, bro.
He was on
Crack the
Naughty
jokes.
Pins,
Yes.
Yeah.
giving props to
That-
hip hop,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
Living it
Yeah,
up.
living it up, yeah.
This
It
guy
was-
did a song with Wizkid, right? And Baba was still dropping.
I remember.
bars. Baba just.
I remember.
keep it
Just
light.
Oh, he did a song with Whiskey and he was rapping.
Yes,
now.
now.
He did it 2012. 2012, I remember.
2012, yeah.
Wow, I can't
Yeah,
even
he did
remember
a song, he
that.
record Whiskey, yeah.
Wow.
Let's come out, don't try. So
Yeah,
he has
he
two
was
albums now. No, he did a sound. That's two albums now.
Yeah, no, he has the third one.
That's the
That's
third
the
one.
third one.
Yeah,
he
that's the third one. The Ghetto Love Story.
The Ghetto Love Story
Yes.
soundtrack, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's really
I've
good.
not
I
listened
mean,
to it.
I
I've not
guess
listened to
I listened to like a couple of records, but not everything. But I guess he would make for a fantastic R because he used to be a rapper and be in the studio, and people like that end up being having a really good ear
ears.
for music or putting people together on the track.
Yeah.
Like the first album again had like this Owaji and Ladipo record.
Yeah.
Then had this Zorro Chike record. Man, like he put people.
Putting together.
there's the Ill Bliss and Peruzzi record. Ooh.
Nah, no, Udo. That jam is the problem.
Charles
Like,
Peruzzi.
Oh man.
Peruzzi is another person I really.
Did you see the freestyle that he dropped? He
Bro,
dropped the freestyle. Did you see
I saw it.
I'm like, what is
Look
happening,
at-
Peruzzi? Are you not a rapper?
I saw it. I saw it
Peruzzi-
to my brother.
Peruzzi
Peruzzi
is a
is a
problem,
creative problem in the industry.
Yeah, it's a problem. I won't lie to you. It's a problem.
I think Peruzzi came too soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah.
I think he
And-
came too soon. I think if Peruzzi came in the 1.0
2020.
era, just that Durella one, the cool era, I feel like he would have had more impact.
Or it came too late. I mean, that's what I was trying to say.
He came too late. Sorry, not came too early.
Yeah.
He came too late.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wish he had come earlier.
I also felt his mode of entrance was just like is what limiting to him. Like people just saw him as a songwriter. Did you get
No,
like just
not
fed as?
really. Because he came with music. He didn't come with
I want
songwriting.
to ask if he did all the records that he wrote, like for the risky, unavailable stuff like that, would it be as big as like would it be like at least is it a B list or a C list?
Who right now or like at his
Yes,
peak?
right now.
Bro, I've seen
Right
him
now he's
perform.
like right
He's a
now he's
B.
like a
I've seen
Is
him
it B?
perform. Bro,
no,
the
right
boy.
now in terms, when you want to rank them, you rank them as popularity, commercial success, how hot
Okay,
they are
all
and
that.
everything.
Okay, not the
Right now, he's like a
I'm talking
C-list
about
artist.
at his peak. At his peak.
At his peak, he was a B-list artist.
strong
Okay,
B-list, man.
do you think him doing those records himself would have made him an A-list artist?
No,
Nah.
because you still need a big budget. You still need to sign to be a big
Apart from that,
label,
again,
and all of that
they,
stuff.
Big three aura, they know they buy 'em for markets.
No, you
Bro,
can be an A-list artist and not be in the big three. That would have happened. But
Like,
I
that would
don't.
have
they pay.
happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that one they pay me because how can you be A-list and you go they big three? Now they will
Of
fight.
course, like they happen now.
No,
Go fight.
it's only one big three now. I mean, now there's a new big three, but you get my points.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
You
yeah.
know. Yeah.
The
but-
big victory.
But this big three, sha, we have to put it on record that they've not retired the other big three. They are just coexisting with the big three.
yes.
Okay, the new big three. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yes.
yeah.
Because Whiskey's big three cancelled the old big three. They told they tear for them. Important say get out from
They
here.
pursue everybody for market.
But also, you can say it wasn't just them. The industry opening at the time also phased
Oh,
those
yes.
guys out,
And they took advantage
and
of it.
that's because those guys also see there's a stark difference between the 1.0 and 2.0 era of Afrobeats. Like there's a stark difference, right? The 2.0 era and the 3.0 era is the line is very blurred.
The line is very blood. Yeah,
It's very
true.
blood.
Yeah. So a lot of things happen. Digitalization, streaming. A lot of things happen in that
Everything.
1.0
New generation
Yeah.
2.0 era.
New
Yeah.
generation coming to the
Even the idea of having like a social media presence, like a new crop of fans coming in, like that's
Yeah, you get
the
it.
2.0 the 2.0 came when like it met
Social
people at the age of
media.
16, 17 exactly, and they
Yeah.
just grew up with these guys, and
Yeah.
it was mad. It was
London also, formalizing
Played.
Afrobeats.
mad. Yeah.
I think London embraced the 2.0 guys more than the 1.0.
Yeah.
Of course, easily.
Yeah.
The band was the only one who was able to crack like anything in London.
And funny enough, I see crack out like that. You just say bye bye.
In just say
So
bye
yeah,
bye,
I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all of that happened. Let's listen to Peruzzi freestyling.
Resume though, one of the greatest. I'm a real ass nigga, so they fuck with me. You see, I keep it 100, sometimes 150. If I feel run, I go run. You know that's profits me. Risky, but what you expect when I wrote risky? Let's go to pen game talk. I let my pen game talk, even when I'm high as fuck. You won't see my pen game drop. This level hard to beat, boy. You can't play these drums. I know that heavy day inside, that's why they play these songs. When I wrote unavailable, I was still unavailable. I did it though. See the outcome, unbelievable.
Nah. You know what I would love to see? I would love to see Peruzzi and Ice Prince in the studio.
Yeah,
That was a nice Prince flow.
yeah.
That was
That's
a
a
nice
nice Prince
Prince
flow.
flow.
That's a nice
Yeah.
Prince flow. Yeah.
Even the delivery was
That's a
like
nice
Prince.
flow. Yeah. Even the
Very,
delivery.
very
Yeah.
I
nice
love
Prince
I
flow.
love
Nice
I love
Peruzzi.
to see Peruzzi. I would like to see Peruzzi co-write records, with Ice Prince.
It's Ice Prince.
Yeah. I think Ice Prince
I
did
want
some
Ice
of-
Prince to have. I want Ice Prince to have another moment. I think he deserves it.
I think Ice Prince had some
I'm
of
rooting
the
for him.
best music,
for him, by the way.
right?
Yeah.
When he was with what's his name?
Chocolate. Okay.
No, not necessarily
the
Chocolate.
producer.
Not even the producer. It's this guy. What's his name, man?
Chopsticks.
No, Yardman Size. What's his former name?
Oh, young girl.
Yes.
Hmm.
Some of those records, Young Girl wrote. If you guys
Bro.
don't know,
Yeah, and
some of those records he wrote.
I like how he made Afrobeats a rap.
Yes. Shout out to Young Girl, by the way.
Shout out to
Also
Good
another
Boys.
person that didn't hit the peak, but
Yeah.
dropped jams
That's
after
what-
jams.
yeah.
Bro, this is SOS record. Come on, man.
Mali be the number one candidate. I'm sticking like a bomb back to the planet. You survive me and
Think about Ice Prince on this record.
Yeah.
From Bagada down to your bus stop. Mali hit the man like a gunshot. Okpebholo, yes I be Tupac. With the finger to every one of them block. I don't give a shot. Let them see the talk. Me I'm everywhere like say I teleport. Shout out to the fans that steady show me love. We'll be side by side when we sitting on the top. Cause I be the man on fire. I be the young Mandela. I and I be the man on fire. Me, I make the people them holler when I tell them say SOS. Mr. Mali be the guy on deck. I say SOS from the north to the south to the east and west.
Come on, man. He's now known as Yardman, by the way. Formerly known as Young Girl.
Yeah.
Now known as Yardman.
And got his master's or BSc. He got a degree recently, so shout out to him.
Oh, man. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, man. You're welcome to another episode. We just went did some Afrobeats, whatever, man. But welcome to another episode of Blue Talk.
Back to programming.
Yeah, back to regular programming. Welcome. Start of a new week, guys. How's everybody doing? Hope
Start
you're
of a
doing
new month.
well. Happy new month. I hate that shit.
I don't know when I just adopted that thing. Like, what happened? Why?
Someone said you people will welcome me to the new month like you got there before me.
So welcome, yeah, enter.
But yeah, it's a new month. What is happening? As the president named another edifice after himself, has the EFCC jumped over the building or jumped over the fence and boggled another house? Tell me. Has any local government chairman named another 20-something people as his personal assistants?
For correction, it was 100 and something people the last time, 130.
That is just crazy. Like, how do you know
The guy thought about
130
it
people?
again.
How do you even know 130 people? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, how? What is going on? Tell me, what is happening? Are women still not being held accountable? I've been seeing a lot of drama.
You don't go where you know so they go.
I don't no verse. No verse.
Valentine is close. Please let's take care of our ladies. Valentine.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I don't think I can do. I'm going to stay on social media because I don't think I can do Valentine content. And it's not the actual Valentine content. It's just the commentary of for and against around the whole Valentine content that is very draining.
Yeah,
the money
cringy.
bouquets. Do you understand?
First of all,
the commentary on the money bouquets.
First of all,
oh
EFCC,
my God.
Please, EFCC, can you clamp down on money bouquets? Because I don't understand.
Yeah, money bouquets is legal.
Is illegal or legal?
It's illegal. Money bouquets.
Yeah, so they should shut that shit down.
Yeah.
Sorry, ladies, but they should shut that shit down. Come on.
I agree. If you can't spray money, you should not be able to
dress. You should not be able to dress the naira as flower and give
Let me, lead researcher, please look for the law against the naira. Against the abuse of naira. Please look it up. Because money bouquet should be illegal.
Yeah. Guess why this Valentine is special, guys? Or why it should be hectic? It's on a Friday.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Well, I mean, shout out to all the restaurants that will be fully booked.
And the dispatch riders.
Oh
they go walk that day.
CBN lists money bouquet as naira abuse.
Thank you. Where did you see that? Who's reporting it? The Punch. Thank you. That's a credible newspaper.
Most widely circulated
newspaper. The Central Bank of Nigeria on Friday listed money bouquet as a form of naira abuse. The Apex Bank made this known in a flyer shared on its Twitter handle that listed forms of abusing the naira. Alongside money bouquet, other forms of abuse listed by the naira are spraying, selling, squeezing, and defacing the naira. Urging citizens to report the use of the naira, to report the abuse of the naira. It's your civil duty to protect the naira. Report naira abuse today. So yeah, I'm going to perform my civic duty.
Any babe where I see money, I'm reporting straight.
I'm going to perform my civic duty on.
Is guys, you're hearing it now. This is not Olu talk. This is from who? The Central Bank of Nigeria.
Central Bank of Nigeria.
This is literally the people that print the money.
They sign the money. They sign now like
this. They print the money. Forget that sometimes they feel like they need to print like new versions of the money, just random. Do you understand? Forget anything like that. Just listen to what they said. They said it is illegal to squeeze. And if you're doing the money bouquet, you have to bend and squeeze. So please.
Yes.
Respect the naira, please.
It's there. Published by Punch. My goodness, look at it. It's there. CBN list money bouquet as naira abuse. This was published on the 10th of February 2023. Yes. Almost 2 years ago.
2 years now, yeah.
And you people are still doing okay. I need someone to be arrested.
Please.
Yes.
I have candidates. I can lead you to some. Please Yes, I'll gladly snitch. I'm not gonna collect money for this one.
And women listening, all receiving the money bouquet would also be termed as illegal because you are at least perpetrating, or if not perpetrating, you are what's the word they use? When they want to hold you for something that you didn't do, but they still
I've
want to hold
forgotten that.
you.
I've
Oh,
forgotten
remember.
English.
Anyway, you are
Yeah.
aiding and abetting.
A
Thank you.
betting, yes.
You
The
are aiding
mutilation
and
of the
abetting.
naira.
Yes. Look at money bouquet. You squeeze the naira. How dare you do that to our beloved naira? Come on.
Fine naira.
So, men, if anybody asks you, oh, is any money bouquet? See, guys,
It's legal.
it's illegal.
Yeah.
It is illegal. When did this whole money bouquet thing start? It's such a very nasty way of.
Very
it's crass.
crass.
I'm
Very
sorry.
crass.
It's
Very
crass.
low level. Very low level.
It's crass.
Come
And
on.
I know where it came from. It came from a certain region of the world. But if I talk now, they say, Osage, you don't speak on black culture here. You don't know what is going on in African American
Please,
society. Okay.
Black
I'll
culture
keep
is African
quiet.
culture. Please. Black
I'll
culture.
keep quiet.
We
They
didn't
say I
make
should keep
African
quiet.
we didn't make African America the default black culture. Please, I beg.
Anyways, how are you guys doing?
We do.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm
Pushing
good.
it.
Everybody good. Everybody nice.
Yeah.
Are you guys on Bandy?
I think they want to move us to Bande. I think, but we'll resist it in Jesus' name.
Ah,
The
Bro,
thing
light
about
no
this
even
Bandy
dey.
is that
Bande
the
people
thing-
don't even get light. So why would
they just increase your tariff.
There's no light now. You tell people you get 23 hours of light, but there's no light. And you
They're
can't take
just
them to
increasing
court.
tariff.
Yeah.
Who do you want to take to court? Which court? Just increasing your tariff, please. There's no light.
God.
There's no
Band A,
light.
band B. Oh wow.
There's no light.
I think that Nigeria is the only country where I know that there's a different tariff for people of a certain income and the tariff for people of a certain income.
After
It's just crazy.
basically because there's no money. They know the limitations we have economically now, especially individually. So they're trying to ensure that a lot, like the richer people, like pay for electricity for you guys for other people to manage. You know, it's simply like Nigeria has the NEC has had like problems getting money for electricity from Nigerians because we didn't grow up understanding the concept of like electricity is very critical. That it's something that you have to pay for. You know, and the federal government spent a lot of years subsidizing it.
Over subsidizing it.
Yeah, the years that we took to do postpaid was just we took too long in postpaid, and that kind of like defined people's habits and behavior. So to change it now is really really difficult. You know,
It's
And
hard.
It's hard. Electricity
And
is
people don't
expensive,
earn
to be
enough
honest.
to pay for these things.
Of course, people don't. That's the most important thing. And economically, people are not really strong enough to afford it. So that's why it's a problem, And also, tie that into our habit of looking for a way to scam the system. People bypassing prepaid meter and stuff like that. It's just it's a big issue, So. And it just comes from lack of consequences. If there's consequences for this action, like really, really publicized and widely known consequences, I think people will do better. But it is what it is, sure.
I don't think people will do better.
Nigerians are stubborn, sure.
Yeah, no, apart from that, is what you have the money. You don't have the money.
And if you don't have the money, if you don't have the money,
don't use electricity.
Don't use electricity.
What are you talking about, my brother?
But it is what it is now.
The challenge that is facing the political class or ruling class or elite class, whatever, is that they do not have the capacity and the will to improve the economy so Nigerians actually have more money. That is the issue. That is the issue facing them. They can't just do it. They can't do it.
Steve, you should raise the capacity of everybody.
Yeah.
But then be able to afford the social amenities.
True.
But
true.
Nigerians are getting poorer and you're increasing everything. Now data is going to get 50% more expensive again. Bruh.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I saw the data and I saw the phone calls. And it's expensive. So it means people will talk less.
Yeah, people are going to talk less now.
So it means, because if you look at it, right, it is more economical to buy data and call on WhatsApp.
Yeah.
It is, right?
You actually buying units.
Airtime.
Yeah, airtime.
But again, with context, we have to limit this kind of phenomenon to regions where you have proper like good network.
Yes.
So once you move out of some certain regions, some certain areas in Nigeria still don't have 4G.
Bro,
Yeah,
some certain
yeah,
areas
true.
in Lagos. I know a network company. I won't just a telco. I won't mention their name.
We all know.
I used to be on that telco. You go to some certain places and it's not even 2G. There's no network.
I used to beg
This
Ayo.
Lagos,
I say, Ayo, what are you still doing on this network? What are you
bro.
still? Please
There's a
leave.
popular thing in the industry that the boss of this telecom company that they carry the device of the
A mobile
telecom around
router.
him, the mobile router, to make the thing very, very fast. So he thinks that's how it is all over the country. So the guy does not know that his service is shit.
It's crap, bro.
No problem with it now.
Omo,
No
the
problem
day
now. No problem with it.
the day I ported them. I was very happy.
I used to be on that network. One day I just woke up because I was staying at Jota at the time, and anytime I go into my bedroom, the network is pretty good. So
So
that
you
day
have to stay in the sitting room.
yeah, so I just woke up that day, right? And I got into my car and I drove to the nearest the other telecoms company I wanted to port to, and I
Yeah.
changed it. It didn't take me 3 hours
Oh,
because your
that
network
company,
goes off for like an hour, then
yeah,
comes back. Yeah.
yeah, and they'll welcome you when you tell them that's what they want to do. Oh, you're moving straight to the line, straight. Please, sir, come,
Yes,
come, come,
now.
come, come.
Yes, now. A new convert now. You know how they say it in
Yeah.
heaven. The angels rejoice when they receive a new.
I said this telco for 2 days, go get network. 2 days, 3 days.
I
I'm
can't do
like,
it. I
bro.
can't do it.
I said no,
I can't
it's
do
not
it.
possible in the first century.
I can't do it
Yeah.
with. I can't do it with them.
It's
Well,
crazy.
my week went well. Glory be to God. Everything good. I finally finished the book I was reading, Nigeria's Soldiers of Fortune, the Abacha
Mm.
and Obasanjo years.
The book
Guys,
Mm.
Osage terrorizes with us in the group every
I
day.
will
guys, if
tell
you're
you.
guys, if you're listening to this podcast, right, and you heard this book, Nigeria's Soldier of Fortune, the Abacha and Obasanjo years, if you really want to learn about the history of Nigeria through, of course, its politics and military era, please read this book. And while you're at it, you can actually down and buy the the preludes to this book, right? Which is the prequel. The sequel is, well, I mean, the main one, which is Soldiers of Fortune: A History of Nigeria, 1983 to 1993. He first published that one, then he moved on to publish the 1993 to like 2003, right? But I ended up reading the Abacha and
The
Obasanjo's years
1930 on
first.
first.
Yeah,
Okay.
the 93 to 2003 first, because that's the one I could lay my hands on. So right now I have moved to the 83 to 93. Guys,
That's the
there's so
gangster era.
many there's so
That's the
many things
gangster
to
era.
say. Yeah, there's so many things to say that I can't even say and relay on this podcast. But if
Yeah.
you read these books, you get a clearer picture as to why Nigeria is the way it is. And for me, it has given me some sort of closure. I'm serious. It's giving me some sort of closure on how will I put it? Thank you very much. You
On the
finally sent through.
potentials.
Yeah.
On the potentials.
No, not the potentials. You know how I consistently and constantly complain in the group that we have about like things happening in government, why
Oh,
things
okay.
like this and all. It's giving me closure now. I have clarity now. And if you guys notice in the last week, did you guys see me complain about anything?
No, you know they complain again.
It's because now I have context. Like literally
Yeah.
anything that happens that is meant to be worrying and we're meant to complain about, I can just ping it to something that happened 30 years ago and say, oh, this is why this is happening. It's
Have you
clearer
noticed?
now.
Have you noticed that in the politics group, when people are always arguing, I don't talk again because I know I've done the maths in my brain, bro. It ain't happening.
Bro.
It's not
So, bro, I have some level of clarity and honestly, I have peace
Yeah.
within me now because now I understand that, oh, this is why this is happening. In summary, and I don't want to sound like a Debbie Downer or a negative Nancy right now, but like in summary, I don't think Nigeria can go forward until it solves two things, which I don't think are solvable. Ethnicity and religion.
Yeah.
You can't solve these things. Ethnicity and religion. Bro, there are instances where they were meant to pick someone for government or for a certain role who's qualified, but they would say, oh, the last person was a Muslim northerner. So people were going to get mad if they picked another. Now, the most qualified person to get into that role was probably another Muslim northerner, but they will say, "Oh, they had to pick a Christian southerner." Oh,
Although for a country this complex, you have to deliberately look for a way for
but you
inclusivity.
see, the
To be
problem with
honest.
that is that you have now moved competence from the top of the
From the
criteria
table. Yeah. That's my problem with
the
rotational
bottom.
presidency.
Another
Yeah.
argument is you can't say you only have competence in one side, in one region of the country.
No, you are spot on.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, you have not prioritized competence as the top thing. That's the problem. That's the problem,
So
bro.
okay.
Bro,
So this is the kind of
and I
understanding
need
that
you
you
to
get
read this
to.
book.
I will.
This
I have
happened
it
to
pinned down
Obasanjo a
for-
lot of times. You know, in Obasanjo's tenure, when he had to pick cabinet ministers, pick people like to
Yeah.
rule. The
You have to balance it
politics
out.
was so much, right, that they had to start moving things around. This also happened with Abacha as well. This also happened when Buhari came into power, when the coups happened. There were so many coups that happened in Nigeria. And for every coup that happened in Nigeria, just give it another 10 years in the future that it was affecting. From the 76 coup to the 83 coup to the failed coups as well, because people died. People were like, bro. The most
Speaking
interesting story,
of,
the one I'm reading now, let me just round off. The one I'm reading now with the Soldiers of Fortune, 83 to 93, was when Buhari came into power and Umar Oduko ran to the UK. Bro,
yeah,
this
the famous story.
of how they tried to bring him back to Nigeria is so wild that the head of YouTube now, right? Former executive in Def Jam, his dad was involved in this story. I'm telling you, bro.
For real?
That's what I'm going to say, man. But
Yeah, I know he has Nigerian roots somehow.
the
Somebody said that he has
Mossad is involved in this story, bro. It's crazy. The story is crazy. The way they tried to bring this guy back and they couldn't bring him back. People went to jail, by the way. People served a decade in jail because of. But again, I don't want to talk too much about it. The books are on Amazon. You can get the Kindle edition or buy the books. But shout out to Mark Silone, who wrote and published these books. He also is the author of What Britain Did to Nigeria. He also is the author of Oil Politics and Violence, Nigeria's Military Coup Culture. That's from 66 to 76. That's the one I'm reading next. When I finish this, the one I'm reading. Then he just published a new book, I think in 2024 or 2025, The Forgotten Era, Nigeria Before British Rule. So yeah, you can find that as well. He's written a couple of books, but yeah, that's all I'm reading now. I just want to read books around Nigerian history or an African history. That's what I want to
Yeah,
read.
it makes sense. That makes sense actually.
Yeah, that's what and I'm glad I'm back in my reading bag because honestly, man, it's really good. It's really refreshing.
It expands your mind.
It's really refreshing. It's really good. So yeah, I want to read about East Africa as well. I want to read about Southern Africa. Just the history to understand what is going on. I don't know if you guys have seen what is going on in DRC with Rwanda and South Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all of
I
that
think-
going on.
I think there's some
Yeah.
countries in Africa that since I was born, I've never known peace. Congo is one of them. DRC Congo has to be one of them.
Yeah, it's crazy what's going on. I have a Rwandese colleague who sent me some YouTube videos to watch
Some
explainers. Yeah, so I'll watch them and we can discuss some of that on the pod as well. I mean,
Yeah.
every country just has its own history. I have a Venezuelan colleague as well who was just giving me the gist on how Venezuela got to where they are today.
Yeah.
And it's
Every
very
country has its own
similar
unique
to
history.
Nigeria. Venezuela's one was crazy. They had so much oil. Hugo Chavez, the president at the time, just subsidized everything for everybody.
Yeah, I remember that time.
Like just subsidized
That
everything for
Hugo.
everybody. So till today, he damaged the economy, but till today, the people love him because when they remember him, they just remember, oh, this was
Everything was
free,
cheap.
yeah, and everything was cheap and all of that. But when the oil prices dropped, bro. Anyways, man, history is something that I really want to just continue to consume heavily. History, I've done that with music and like culture, but like politics and all of that from country to country. Anyways, that's how my week went, man. Just reading. How did you guys week go?
Normal walk. I went in terms of history. I went to certain places. Yes, 2 places yesterday in Nigeria, in Lagos, just to see a lot about Nigerian history and Yoruba history.
Mm-hmm.
It was the first place I went to with Ugochi was the J.K. Randu Center for Yoruba Culture. Beautiful place, opposite the National Museum. It is amazing what they've done there. If you want a 21st century display of history in a museum, that is the place you should go to. It is well done. The center is well done. They've not finished it. Some parts are still, they're not open some parts, but it is wonderful. And it was great seeing a lot of young people go there and just consuming culture and the history of a certain people. It was definitely amazing. Then after that, I just went across the road and I went to National Museum. And the stark contrast between the two buildings. And I was like,
Wow.
it's true. But good news, the Murtala Mohammed Benz is still there. I saw the bullet holes. Bro, they really meant to kill that guy. They really meant to finish that guy. The bullet holes, you could see where they were aiming for. I'm like, God damn. It's crazy. But yeah, Nigeria has a lot of beauty and culture to it. So if you guys want to go and check it out, it's fairly cheap. The JK Randall is 5K per head and the museum is just 1.5.
That's nice. That's nice. Talking about that failed coup attempt. You know, it's crazy. It's a failed coup attempt, but they still ended up assassinating, the head of state.
Oh, yes, they did.
Yeah, but for what I'm reading, right, when you want to carry out a coup, it's important that the senior officers are also carried along. And that's what, like, the Dimka guy didn't do. They weren't carried along. So once that happened, right, the senior officers didn't believe in what he was doing. And then, they stopped the coup. That's the 76, right? Yeah. 76 coup. Nigeria is just crazy. Coup happens in 66. Agorasi resumes. It's a failed coup. Agorasi resumes power. Then they carry out another coup on Agorasi. Then Gowon comes into the power. Then they carry out another coup. Like, it's just
but
coups.
Gowon did for a long time. Gowon was there for a long time.
Yeah, it was there for a minute, and the coups just kept going. The one that is the wildest one for me is still the Buhari one.
Which one? The one that kicked him out, or the one that came in?
The one that they kicked him out.
Oh, okay.
Because he came into power, and it's Babangida and Abacha that, were part of the people that got him in there, right? And then they carry out the coup on him. I haven't gotten to that part of the book, right? And they carry out the coup on him, and he's still part of the government, like later on in Abacha years. He's the head of PTF, and he's just chilling. And I'm like, if I'm the one that did that too, I'll be in my feelings forever, man.
So,
okay.
There's a book I read about it was breaking down the coups, right? And they said, for that Buhari coup to kick him out, IBB told those guys that, look, we can't do this unless Abacha is involved. Abacha is the guy that watches Buhari's back. If we don't get him along, it's not going to work. And they did it, and they met him, and they gave him an offer he couldn't refuse. So when they did the Buhari coup, he just looked the other way. That was the funny thing. Years later, it was Abacha that saved IBB in the Oka coup, the early 1990 coup.
Yeah.
It was Abacha.
Yeah, he's the one that foiled the coup.
Yeah. So that night this time they were still at Dodan Barracks. They are not fully moved to Abuja yet. Amiran Abacha at night picked out of her window and noticed that there was a lot of movements in the cantonment. And she now woke IBB up and said, why are there a lot of soldiers here? IBB looked outside.
Amiran Abacha. Abacha woke IBB.
No. Miriam Babangida woke up IBB.
Okay.
Yeah, she was the one that saw a lot of movements in the cantonment at that time in the night. She woke IBB. IBB looked outside, and IBB, as a guy, man, he don't know it.
He know now.
They killed his ADC there now. So that same night, Abacha was allegedly with his concubine in Apapa. They took an armored tank to that building, and they blasted that building. Unfortunately for
he didn't die.
Abacha didn't die. And as Abacha just rose up like this, he just entered the bar, fucking everybody up.
In fact, the coup would have happened, right? And was almost going according to plan.
Almost good.
According to plan. Yeah.
Abacha showed up and then gave all the other guys ginger. When they saw him show up, they thought he had died. So they were already losing faith. And he showed up. Then everyone was like, all right, man, let's go. The guy is different.
And that's why after that time, if you look at IBB, behind him was always Abacha.
Yeah.
Abacha was the next nigga. Man, crazy time.
It was just a full on cycle.
No, bruh. 100%.
You know when he became a full-on psycho was when he became like super paranoid. You know, there were also two alleged failed coups during
During his
Abacha's
time.
period, right? The first one where he
Yes.
blamed Obasanjo and Shehu Yaradua,
Yaradua. Yeah.
and then the second one with the MD and Adisa. But that first one, he became super paranoid and then became very reclusive. And that's when, you know, he got Al Mustafa to set up the strike force.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
is Sergeant Rogers, right? And that's when they took out Kudirat Abiola. They took out Alfred Rouhani. The Alfred Rouhani one was so painful because they went into his house and they killed him in his house in GRE.
Even
Like,
this guy self.
then,
Jasin, a lot of people.
yeah, then they almost killed Alexi Bro as well. He lost an eye.
And Chief Adesoya, Chief Abrema Adesoya.
Yeah, you know, there was a rumor that he used his Agbada to cover his driver.
Have you heard that story before? Have I told you guys the story before?
No.
So Adesoya's first son, first child, it was my pops's best friend.
Interesting.
So he was not replaying this. He was not retelling the story to by my father. He said when they were driving, right, and he heard the gunshots. Pa Adesoya just told his driver, "Do not look back. Just keep going. Just keep going." And nothing touched Baba. I said, "We're done. African magic number one. African magic number one." It was crazy times, man. Crazy times.
No, crazy times. Definitely crazy times.
You just be a civilian in your house, just sleep, and get woken up by like NT or Federal Federal Radio or something announcing a new change of government.
Music.
It must have been like really, really traumatic. I won't lie.
It have been crazy.
Bro,
and you know the funny thing?
Crazy.
Nigerians loved it. Apparently,
Yeah,
Nigerians loved the military taking over.
Because they always think it's the coming
going
of
to
a
be better.
savior. It's
Yeah.
going to be better.
That's what's
like
happening in
that.
Burkina Faso now. Or what's that country where that guy is taking over? That everybody
It's
loves
Burkina
in
Faso
Africa now. Yeah. Bro, 5 years, 3 years. When that guy doesn't hold the election, nothing is moving in the country. He will turn to they'll start saying he's a dictator. It's just time. It's a normal playbook we've seen over and over again.
Anyway, speaking about history and all of that, I wanted to also tell you guys, Olumide Inyoda has launched his YouTube channel, QEDNG, for his platform, right? And he's been doing some interviews. He's interviewed a couple of people. His latest interviews are with Femi Akintunde Johnson, Faj.
Our goat. Goat.
When you talk about like journalism, entertainment journalism, etc., this is the goat. This is like man. When you count everybody else, this is the person you put at the top, right? These guys were writing, and this is like in the 80s and the 90s. They wrote so much, they started to define the people they were writing. They started to give them names. This is Faj was the person who gave Onyeka Owenu the name Elegant Stallion.
Yeah.
Faj was the person who gave Richard Mufedamijo the acronym RMD.
And
it's stuck.
You know,
man.
These were writers.
That's how influential they were.
Yeah. So he's got shout out to Olumide and he's got a couple of interviews with him and all of that. So you guys can watch it.
I like when OGs just embrace new media. There's no force.
And don't do too much.
Don't do too much. Just be essential. Let's go.
Yeah. But it's important that these stories are told. Very important because again, you need to document history. You need to document the best person?
Who is the best OG with the best new media content? I would say Teju Babyface.
But I think he has kind of cooled down a bit in terms of the quality of interviews.
No, that's okay. But
in terms of quality, now he has gone. He has left celebrity.
Yeah,
he has gone like human. Just interviewing people, Jack Bad, and are successful in America, in Canada. The decision, like he has gone into that narrative, that Jack Bad narrative, to encourage people to like. That's what he's really pinning on now. But I've just felt,
I'm seeing his stuff here. Actually, he's interviewed Boy Alinko.
Yeah, Boy Alinko. Yeah, that's recent. That one is recent.
Yeah, he's done some. I watched the J1
Yeah.
Oh, he interviewed RMD. Okay, I watched the J1.
Interviewed RMD?
He's interviewed D1.
I've not seen it though.
He's interviewed Femi Ogedengbe. So people wait on Jackpa.
Now what did he do? That's his own market.
Adewale Ayuba. Wow, Mr. Macaroni. And I'm sure once he figures out technology where you can interview anybody from anywhere, he's even interviewed Lateef Adedimeji. Wow, this really good content. This is really good. Shawala Shobowale, a couple of people. And your favorite pastor who jackpot, this guy.
Yeah. He's not a favorite.
Okay,
A lot of
so-
them jackpot. He's not the one that came out to say his own.
I think it was the
Really?
Joseph Benjamin interview that went viral, where he said,
Yeah.
he
Yeah,
the cab
yeah,
driver,
yeah.
This
He was
was
a cab
struggling.
driver and stuff like that.
yeah, Dele Farotimi, Baba D. Yeah, I think you're right, Steve. Like
Yeah, I
he's the
think he might
person.
be.
Yeah, that's just his lane. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
116,000 subscribers.
Shout out to them.
Shout out to
Then
Teddy Babyface,
talking
man. Shout out to
talking
him.
about OGs, I think the American OGs also have really done well. Apart from Elliot, you see Toure now does like Twitter,
Bro,
Twitter
Toure does
videos.
TikTok videos.
TikTok
And I was
videos. Toure
shocked.
does TikTok short explanation videos or recording history.
I'm
like,
not a big fan of Toure.
me too.
I'm
I
not
don't know. It doesn't just
Me
click
too.
for me. I don't know.
He's not.
Maybe
He does. I don't see him as like someone who's authentic. That's just how I see him.
I think
I
he has a
think-
snobbish attitude somehow. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I also think
Towards
it's
the music.
an era away from us, just a bit.
A bit. Yeah. A bit.
Yeah, a bit.
bit.
Yeah.
Because I don't fuck with him
Yeah.
like the Elliot and co. I don't know.
I don't
why.
fuck with him now.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, shout out
He
to
looks a
him.
bit-
Like he's hardworking.
No, it's I don't know. Of
bro,
course,
you
yes.
can't fuck with credentials.
Of course, now he's the best writer from that era.
Yeah,
Yep, definitely.
because it's an era before Elliot, or is it the same era?
No, I'll say no.
Probably.
Elliot was before.
Elliot is before, right?
Elliot is
Elliot
before.
is before. Elliot is
Elliot is
90s.
before.
Elliot
Yeah,
is
so Elliot is
90s.
before.
Early
Toure
90s,
just came. Toure came like 1999, 98. So yeah. But he's a really good writer. To be very
Yeah.
honest.
I
But
like,
he
I like
started
some of
using
the
his
stuff going
TikTok.
on.
Yeah, he talked about him being on a helicopter with Jay-Z and stuff like that. He does
Yeah, I heard that
commentary
story.
on
Yeah,
the
those are those
PDD stuff
commentaries.
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's really good. Then there's this guy that we all used to watch that used to do breakdowns on. He used to have like a very
It's all
cool name. He used to-
happening. It's all happening. I know who
You
you're
know-
talking about.
Yeah.
I know
So
what
he
you're
has,
talking
he
about.
has really intensified his effort now again because there was a time he
He used to
slowed
be
down a
at.
bit.
He used to be at
It's not Justin LaHunt or something like that.
Justin Hunt now.
Yeah,
He used to be
Justin
on.
Hunt,
He used to be
thank
on
you,
Hip Hop
thank you.
DX.
Hip Hop
Yeah,
DX,
Hip Hop
thank you.
DX.
He used to be on
Yeah.
Hip Hop DX.
That's
true,
why I said it's
that's
all
true.
happening. That's what he always does.
That's
Hashtag
okay.
it's all
Yeah, Hip Hop.
happening.
Well, Hip
Yeah.
Hop DX was the moment to come.
Yeah,
man, come
hip
on,
hop.
man.
Hip Hop DX was the truth.
Yeah,
That was my
it
shrine.
it
That back then, man.
I'm telling you.
Hmm
Yeah.
But yeah, he does. Well, his name is Justin Hunt, but he goes by the pseudonym The Company Man.
The company man, thank you.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
company man. I
He's-
really like his videos, the concept, the ideas.
He's
and
thorough,
he's thorough, very thorough.
and I
Yeah,
like
he's
the
very,
lane
very
in which he
thorough.
has gone. His lane has always
Yeah.
been, I am a custodian of the culture.
Yes,
I'm not here
analytical.
for the clicks.
I'm
and
not
all
here
of
for the
that.
clicks. Thank you.
I'll
Yeah.
do the necessary.
So he really
things.
does really nerd stuff, and I love
Yeah,
it.
does the
I love
nerdy
it.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to him. That's really good
Shout out to
content
him.
too. Yeah,
Really
I
good
like what he
content.
does. Yeah, I watch his
Yeah.
stuff.
I
People
do.
I don't watch, and it's not because I just don't watch like Shannon Sharp. I don't watch his content.
No, I
It's
don't
not
like.
my
I don't.
thing.
He's not a deep interviewer. He's.
Yeah, Cam
they're just like
Newton. It just
No, I don't
annoys
watch
me.
Cam Newton. Yeah, I don't
It
watch
just-
him. I just feel he's just a messy person.
Yeah, you know,
He
with that
interviewed
hat
by his
he's
house
wearing,
ex recently, and that one
Yeah,
just like I don't watch those ones.
I don't watch that.
I don't watch
Who else don't I don't watch Angela Yee stuff. I don't watch it.
No.
I hardly watch the Breakfast Club except it's.
I don't watch the
Hard.
Breakfast Club unless it's an interview that I like or someone that I like and stuff like
Someone
that.
I
There was a
like,
point
yeah.
in time I used to listen to the show. Remember when we used to listen to
Of
the
course,
whole
on
Bro,
the
every day.
podcast, yeah.
Every day you listen. Bro.
Yeah. But now I kind of left it. I think they've also
Oh.
just veered off.
Yeah.
It has dipped. Just that. Was
Yeah.
just dipped.
I like
Yeah.
the young lady they brought after Jess, but they can't get rid of
She's
because Jess
sound.
isn't
They
great.
can't get and she's just is uncontracted now, be?
Yeah.
Just
Marusa,
a contract.
what that guy's name?
Yeah, I can't remember her
She's
name,
really
but she's
deep.
good.
And
Yeah,
she's
she's
really
good.
good. She's really
She's
good. But they can't get away with. They can't get
They can't get
They
rid
can't
of
do
Jess.
it. They can't get
Jess
rid of
Hilarious
Jess. They
because
can't.
she's under contract, right?
Yeah, that wasn't a good one.
Yeah, the Jess thing. I
didn't-
see why they went for it because they were trying to get like numbers. She probably had numbers, social media following,
it's
etc.
popular. Yeah,
But they soon realized that when she went on maternity leave and they brought this other young
and
lady,
everybody
Yeah,
was just
they get
gravitating.
hell out.
they
to
now
it.
She held
found out
her
at the
own.
end of
Yeah.
the day it's content.
It's content.
It's
content.
content,
Yeah,
you know.
quality of thought. Yeah, that's what matters.
Content. It's
Yep.
content. I feel like in Nigeria, right? Just bringing it back home, we would have more of this if if it was worth it, if it was worth the time, if
Yeah,
you
it
get
doesn't.
paid
Yeah,
off
if
it.
you get paid well for
Yeah.
it, yeah. In
You
terms of
know.
YouTube numbers and stuff like that, yeah.
Exactly. The company man now, he has 350,000 subscribers, right?
Yeah.
You put that up, you get some ad money, revenue money from YouTube.
Thank you.
It's
Yes.
something that can
Yep.
pay for your time, you
Your
know.
time, yeah.
But in Nigeria, I think that's where the difficulty lies.
Yeah,
So
I think
people
that's
just
why. Yeah. Sorry. Go
yeah.
on, please.
So people, it's two things. I think people aren't well versed enough, and that's
Yeah.
why they just like stick to like tweeting.
Yes,
And-
exactly. Because
it's easy, right?
Yeah.
Microblogging or like put up Instagram, whatever, boom, boom,
Thank
boom,
you.
right? And not a lot of people can go into like can be thorough enough to do a breakdown. There should be
Yeah.
a way an album drops. There's just a few people. Like look at what Ima Owoni does with his breakdown, right? That's
Yeah, it's
proper.
really good.
He goes, dude has a Twitch channel that people follow. When I can, I join it. You know, I think it's called New Music Fridays, and then he's breaking down the music and he's doing all of that, right? But he's not in Nigeria.
Yeah,
He
he's not
does
in
it.
Nigeria.
He does it outside the country,
For
and
you
that's
to do
because
Twitch, your internet has to be very good. to
my
be very
brother,
honest.
we just talked about, poor internet, you know.
Yeah.
So there's infrastructure problem. There's the skill set.
Yes.
There's also knowledge is different from skill set. You might have the knowledge and you might not be a great presenter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Justin Hunt is a great
Oh, dude.
presenter. He's breaking it down and says 1 second applause for, you know, he knows how to.
He knows how to really communicate.
Yeah. So you might
I-
also have the skill set and not have the
True.
knowledge. That's also a problem. Sorry, you
that's
might
why
have the knowledge and not have the skill
Yeah,
set.
you don't have the skills. That's why I appreciate OC because OC has his own show.
Yes.
And I love it. I love
Oh,
it for him
yes.
because
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
somebody who has documented it. Like he's somebody who has been part of the culture.
It's been
He's
around.
been around.
Bro,
Yeah.
being like a elite presenter in Beat FM is important. Like it's something important in the culture. Like,
Yeah.
exactly. You know, it was not what it used to be. Like when Tools and Bemi were doing the handover show, and it was really, really culturally relevant.
Yeah.
But still, being in that space, you know, defining taste, music taste for people as a radio guy. Him having a show where he interviews people, I really like it. His Ice Prince interview was really good.
I
I
need to watch
enjoyed
it.
it. I really
don't just like
enjoyed
the
it.
dark sets. I feel
Yeah, I
the
don't
set
like.
should be
I don't
brighter.
like the dark. Thank you. I don't like the dark.
It doesn't
set
work
to
for
me.
me. Yeah.
It doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
It should be
To be very
bright.
honest, yeah.
Not that I like VJ
I
Adam
hope-
sets more.
And also the other reason
Yeah.
why I think OC seems to like love this thing. Like there's some references he makes about music and stuff like that during the
He's a
interviews.
music
I'm like,
head.
yeah, you
He's a
enjoy
music
this.
head.
Like,
No,
yeah,
you
so
can't forget
I really appreciate it.
The music,
Yeah.
he knows his music well. So
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, because there's someone who did something like that, and I followed him. I don't want to mention the name, so I don't want to like looking like I'm shitting on someone. But I expected better from him, right? When he was
Yeah.
hosting, like he didn't like. I'm like he wasn't that deep.
He
And
didn't capture it.
he didn't capture it. I'm like, I'm disappointed. Or maybe he did just like Asage said, he didn't just have the skill to communicate. This guy is a good communicator. He's like, he was like one of the most popular hosts we ever had in Nigeria. Well, like, that was like I wondered why he wasn't able to really deliver from his interviewing show. But it's fine. It's all good.
Yeah. Speaking about media personalities, round of applause for Dotun, who has finally
20. How many years?
he has announced he's leaving radio. 20 years.
This is crazy.
Yeah, 20 years.
This is
He joined
crazy.
Cool FM in 2004.
DLC.
Yeah. And yeah, he spent 20 years and he rose. He met the Downfall Stars, he met the Olisa Digwas, he met the Gamies. He's walked through the whole set.
I would say his legacy is that he made something a culture.
Yeah. He
Hype
did.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hype man. Yeah.
Yeah,
There are three people that defined hype,
Okay.
like the whole hype man thing in Nigeria,
Yeah.
and then he built from there. First person was actually Larry D of Cool FM. He's the one that actually started it.
God bless you. I was trying to remember that name.
Yeah.
Because I used to say my industry night there.
He was the one that started
I
at
know-
Industry Night. This whole
Yeah.
hype man thing. Roundabout
I know
now,
him
when we
sparingly.
turn
I don't
it
know
up,
him,
blah,
like,
blah,
very,
blah,
very
blah,
well.
blah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was Larry D. And then Larry D, when they moved to, they used to do that where? Was it not, what's the name of this
Oriental.
place? No, before Oriental.
No, before rental.
Get,
It's definitely
get.
before rental.
No, they went from Oriental to Get. It was either Tribeca or one of these places.
It's Tribeca. I know they did one in Tribeca.
We used to go for Industry Night back then, before it went to Oriental.
Oriental.
The
Oriental was when he got
African,
popular.
What they call that place? The African Bar Lounge at Oriental. Before it went
Yeah.
there, right? It was at that place. Then from there, because I remember we used to hang praise. All of us, we used to go there, Industry Night, and they built it from there. Shout out to Matthew, Ohio.
Matthew, Ohio.
And then they
Matinga.
moved it from there to to Oriental at the African African Hall or something. Very big
Oh, the
hall.
one upstairs that way you are seeing the express.
Yes,
Yeah,
thank you.
Yeah.
And then he
yeah.
moved it there, and from Larry D moved to Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy.
Moved to Jimmy. So it is Larry D, Jimmy, and Dotun that defined
that did
what
it.
we have as hype men today. So all the hype men you see in the club today,
These three people,
right?
yeah.
I just trying to remember someone else. All the hype men you see in the club today, all the right about now, if you don't get money, all the everything.
Because you know
see,
why? I'm writing
the
an article
Goya
on
Menos
this.
song, all of that stuff you are seeing, right?
It's from there.
Came from these three guys.
That was really good. That's
Because
So
dope.
that's from that 09 era. That's when it started. And then them Jimmy and Dotun took it. Now them
Dotun took it
Dotun
far.
took
Dotun
it.
was doing stadiums.
Let me tell you where Dotun took it to, right? Which makes
Star.
Dotun really special. And
Yeah.
in this your article, I think you should actually speak to Dotun.
That's what I'm trying to
Dotun
get
now
to.
moved out from, we're just hosting events to I'm going on tour with Olamide. I'm going on tour with Ice Prince.
Thank you. I'm going
Yeah.
on tour. That's what I'm saying. He was doing
He's open for
arenas.
Olamide now.
Yeah.
He
He was opening for
Olamide
Olamide.
sets.
He's on Olamide's album, Baddest Guy Valley. He's on the
Yeah.
intro.
Yeah.
That's how relevant. Like people,
That was legacy,
I need people
man.
to understand that Dotun is a legend.
Yeah,
He's a
he's
legend.
definitely.
And I know in
definitely.
Nigeria we always look at young people and don't want to tag them with this, but that's
Yep.
20 years. in
20
the game.
years.
So
Yeah.
he's the one that
Decades.
he started with Ice Prince, and then they will go on tour together, and he'll be backing Ice Prince up. He knew all the lyrics, everything. Then he moved to Olamide and did the same thing for Olamide for a long time.
Long time.
Before then he now further defined it where they had like all these weekly shows, and he would just be
Bro,
hyping up.
during
Bro,
COVID, he had a show on
wasn't it-
DSTV.
that show was
where
crazy.
a club from home thing. That show was crazy. Like I watched it one night. I'm like, this guy is carrying a show.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no artist.
that's
Dotun
why.
is crazy.
That's why he featured those girls that dance now. Those three girls.
Thank you. Then Dotun started having endorsements with energy brands because he
Yes.
was the
Yeah.
energy god.
Yeah.
Nah,
He was
come on,
energy-
man.
Yeah,
Come on,
first
man.
energy
I
god.
respect
You
him.
have to appreciate, man.
Yeah, he defined something for himself. You moved from just being a regular OAP because you could have just stuck to being an OAP. But he said no.
yeah.
I'm going to do all these things that will define myself. And then he moved from being a presenter at Cool FM, and then he moved to head Clout Africa,
Yes,
and he did
which
all
now
of that
became
as
a
well.
thing. Yeah, it became a part of the rollout in
Yeah.
Afrobeats, man. If you don't go to cloud, you don't go anywhere.
So I give it to Dotun, man. Dotun, take your flowers. Round of applause. We love you. 20
Yeah.
years in the game, no beans. 20
At
years
all.
in the game, yeah. And I like how he's at the height of his career, bowing out. There's nothing as great as that as well. So shout out to him. All right, man. Let's get into depressing matters, which is discussing Nigeria. Yeah, that's where we are.
Once
right
again,
now.
they drag us back.
Yeah. Can I just quickly go on a like a sports rant? Just quick one.
Admin, go. Admin, go.
Thank you.
Please don't
You
go
already-
because
you
I
already-
opened that sports group. I was like, no. I closed out the answer. No, I'm not doing this.
Let me just
I'm not
quickly
doing
go on a rant. Marcus Rashford, Manchester United player, it's being reported that he's going to go on loan to Aston Villa. And I just want to say, for people who are saying, oh, the club failed him, oh, this and this and that, I just want to say, and I want to put this as constructively as possible, that, and I said this a few weeks ago, remember, because I went and quoted my tweet in the WhatsApp group. I said, in the next 12 months, this young man is going to find out where his real level is. In the next one, it will be a rude awakening to him. And that's what happened. Because all the Barcelona, PSG, AC Milan talks didn't yield to anything. And where is he going to? He's going to a mid-table club, Aston Villa. When did Aston Villa win a
Mid-table
trophy?
Football team.
They won a
Football
trophy in 1996, Coca-Cola trophy or something, 1996.
team. Coca-Cola
That's where
can
he's
bring
going
it
to.
back.
At the end of the day, take away the hype, take away everything. What gets you results, what gets you far in life is hard work and how smart you work. How smart you
Your
work and how
attitude, your
hard you
attitude
work.
towards work. Yeah.
Your attitude towards work. You are working with human beings, not machines. You're working with people who look at you, look at your demeanor, look at your body language, and all of these things. No matter how much you earn, etc. That's where you're off to. You're off to Aston Villa. And for people who I mean, he's listening to this and we've been going back and forth, right? For people who listen to, for people who are like, oh, the club
I'm
failed
sorry.
you.
I have to mention this thing that Nuru
Yeah.
said today. Someone said something about Dutch bombs. You know, said English bombs versus Dutch bombs. That's you and his. You know, his is an English supporter.
Yeah.
That was mad.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy. That was
Nuru
crazy.
is a troll in that football.
No. That's my guy.
I didn't even see that. Nuru, you're crazy for that, man. Nuru is crazy for that. Did he just say that?
Yeah, I just said that like 30 minutes ago. So.
Okay, I'm seeing it. Dutch versus English, the bombs derby.
Did you watch
Nice one. nice one.
the overlap? The recent one that Wayne Rooney was in?
I saw the clip. Yeah, I saw the
I haven't
clip.
watched it yet. What did he say?
So when Rooney said, so they asked him about the Marcus Rashford thing. He said, as far back as 2 years ago, he told him to leave the club. That he already saw it. That look, guy, leave this club. It doesn't what. It's pointless at this period. That he doesn't know why he waited all this time. And he saw him recently, like 2 weeks ago, where he was training, and parents were coming to come and pick their kids that were playing in the academy.
Yeah.
And he just said, bro, that can never be me. Like, as a player, you should always have pride in the way you handle things. That can never be him.
Bro, but you don't want to leave. You're earning 350
Even,
grand. You don't want to leave.
Even Ian Wright, that is his biggest supporter.
Sorry.
Even Ian Wright, who is his biggest supporter, was kind of let down when Amorim said that statement about him, about he would rather play the 60-year-old goalkeeper than him on the bench. Because if you watch overlap, Ian Wright is always
supportive
of
black now,
Rashford,
supportive black players.
Yeah, so he's on a pro-black thing, and he says that, a player has done this and done this cannot just go bad overnight. But when he heard that, he was like, bruh, let's not talk about Roy Keane and Paul Scholes, because those ones are mad people.
I'm sorry, I come from the era of United where you have to be on top of your game. If you're not on top of your game,
you play or you go home.
Do you understand?
It's simple as that.
And this thing is not a skill set issue,
bro.
As we can see, it's an attitude issue. You're on the pitch and everybody is cuddling you and begging you to run back and track back to left back.
Osage, between Darren Fletcher and Marcus Rashford, who is more skillful?
Of course, Marcus Rashford now. Yeah.
But in terms of I would die on this pitch today.
Bro, and Darren Fletcher in 01-02. Bro, I almost left United to go and support Madrid because of Darren Fletcher when we lost the league to Arsenal.
Fletcher could not make a pass, but he improved himself.
Do you understand?
There are players like that Fergie will call and say, look, I know say you people know they play anything, but you will die on that pitch before they pass you. That Roma 7-1, it was Fletcher and O'Shea that made. They were the unsung heroes, not the guys who scored.
Yeah.
They were walking their asses off at the back. And that is what, if you don't have grit in football, bro, you can't last. Too. Look at Neymar. Neymar did everything. Was fine, boy, where is he now? He's back home now. When he should still be playing in Europe. He's back home.
For me, I'm sorry. Yeah. You found your level. See, it's a different case where you say, you know what, I can't take this nonsense from these guys, blah, blah, blah. You end up in Barcelona, you end up in Madrid. None of those clubs were willing to take a bet on you and pay your salary and take
because
a bet.
Because they know the story now.
Is the PSG not go for Carlos Vaselia?
I don't have to say they know the story already now.
Yeah.
Bro.
It's your attitude.
Although
your coach, you have a new coach arriving. What do? You fly to New York to go and attend the basketball game. Read the room, fam.
Him and Casemiro. That's why Casemiro is not playing.
And you see, nobody's even talking about. By the way, why isn't anybody talking about Casemiro?
Yeah, that is surprising.
It won't sell now. Like if you see Casemiro in this news, will you read about it?
It's not clicks, actually.
Because nobody's even the journalists are not even asking about Casemiro. Amorim has thrown this guy. Toby Collier starts ahead. He's like the 5th choice in the team now.
Bro, when I saw him play the last game, I was like, yo, this fam is still in Old Trafford. I didn't even know. Although saying all this, I also have the thought that because of the instability Manchester United has faced for the last 11 years,
it's important. Yeah.
If you look at every young player that has come out, that has left the club, from Januzaj to Rashford now, we've mismanaged young talents. Over relying on them very early on, them burning out. You change a coach doesn't like him, you ship him off. I'm very happy now that Meno and Garnacho are not starters anymore. Let them do that. Look at the way he's doing Euro. Euro play the last 20 minutes, 30 minutes. You cannot put that much pressure on young players, and when they start underperforming, you want to ship them out. Fergie said this once, that a young player is very, very unstable, mentally unstable. That once they have a bad match, it affects them for almost a season. That's why he doesn't rely on them or play them every time. he gradually puts them into the team, except Ronaldo and Rooney. And I don't know why he's saying this.
Why
And
exceptions?
I just hope, because it was happening with Garnacho, but it seems Garnacho is out of it now, that we don't overhype these players, we don't rush them, let them grow. Amorim said that in England, you people think Meno is the finished product. He's not yet a finished product. This boy is just 19. Don't treat him as the second coming of Zidane. By 24 now too, he too might fall into other wahala. So let young players be young players and gradually just break them into the team.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I think
I'm not happy about the whole thing, Sha. You know,
my own
him going
contest
to
is
Aston
also-
Villa,
I'm not
just
happy.
like
No, me
You
too.
know,
I'm
Man
not
United-
because
yeah.
you are
Man
in
United caused this thing too because at a time, like consistently in the last 10 years, they rewarded mediocrity, to be very honest. So that I think that bred the culture, this culture that I've seen of people not getting serious and
Of complacency and mediocrity.
complacency and stuff like that. And see, listen, you people know my stance about like young players earning huge money. After the first season that Arsenal competed for the title, they gave Martinelli, Saka a new contract, 250, to like 19, 20-year-old boys, and like who had had only one season in like playing consistently at an elite level.
Yeah.
You know, I had problems with it. Now, Martinelli since that time has like it's hard
dipped.
for like young. It is difficult for young people. Not everybody is going to be like Saka because he's a Jesus boy. Do you get?
And
Because
he has a
reads his Bible
strong
every
family
day. He
unit.
has a
He
strong
has a
family
strong
unit,
family
like
unit
that can
around
keep
him.
his head down, right? It's hard for like especially now you being black, for like a black young guy. You're having a ridiculous amount of money at a very early stage. Nobody can talk to you. Like you know, like it's hard. Like Rashford is hard. Do you get? Because at that
Bro.
time he doesn't even understand the concept of being a Manchester United player.
That
Like
player. And the pressure of being a
privilege that comes,
breadwinner.
like is a privilege. Like being in that. So what do you do when you are privileged? You appreciate that privilege and you put in the work and you're passionate about it and you
But
show
when you
it
give
and
them
people
everything
see it.
once,
But when you give them everything, they think it's easy, bro. They gave Marshall 250k every week.
Bro, it's crazy.
Anthony Marshall for waiting.
It's crazy,
Like,
bro.
I was just looking at it.
for a player,
Only
for
was
a player
just
that
rewarding
cannot run
the like
That guy-
giving these
that guy
people
is
contract
probably-
renewals.
That guy
Like,
cannot.
what is happening here?
That guy cannot be any more than 70k in Greece right now.
But where?
Yes,
That's
sir.
like,
Look at this guy. Look at this
bro,
guy.
do you
from
understand
Abia.
how a player should be earning over 200k? Like,
Bro.
what are you?
And it's
I
not
don't
only
understand it.
Yeah,
and
we-
see, it's not only the young players. Players that are past their prime, we are not giving them ridiculous contracts. For
Look at
instance,
Casemiro.
Alexis Sanchez, them. Alexis Sanchez
Yeah.
came, was any more than everybody, and the whole squad
Everybody.
was pissed. And he was not performing better than many of them. So the way the club was run, bruh, no. It was. I'm happy now that it looks like we have calm heads and everything is going, and we are building from young talent right now. But
First of all, there's no money again, sir. First of all,
But you
No,
know
that-
they now.
no,
So
this
they
guy,
don't
what's
have
the
a
name
choice.
Ineos
what's the
no
name of
get
that
money.
new guy? What's the name of that guy? That white guy
Ratcliffe.
killing. Ratcliffe doesn't look like somebody that's going to spend money. Look at the way the man dresses himself. He's not going to spend money on shit.
you know. So you're right. Then, other than the money, right? They made these guys franchise players. They put them in front on top of billboards. They put a lot
That's
of
the
pressure
point
on them.
now. Yes,
you know.
you're rewarding them for what?
Did you see
Yeah.
that Mikel Obi story where he said when he got his first check, he bought like a G-Wagon? And Mourinho told him that he should return the car and go and buy a Mini Cooper.
Wow.
Straight up. Yeah.
All those old coaches, they knew how to put everybody
Bro,
in place.
there's
Now.
a time where Audi was sponsoring Manchester United. Beginning of season, Audi gave everybody new cars. Fergie told all the young players, return those cars now.
What's
You know
you
this
don't
is
do to the
What did
collect
you
car?
don't do? Fergie was so much of a strict coach that if you're a young player and you're in the first team, you were taught to wear black boots only until you make your debut. So if
Wow.
you're training with the first team, there's no fancy boots for you. You're wearing black boots. This is when you now
Yeah,
make your
that's
debut.
changed. If you do that now, they say it's abuse.
They'll say it's abuse.
Do
They'll go
you
and cry to the
understand?
agents.
Do you understand?
Then one cup for Saudi Arabia will just buy them. Finish
Mourinho
now.
called the parents of one of his young players and said, "Why did you all of you? This boy just signed his first professional contract. All of you, none of you are working anymore. Why?" Yes, now because do you know the insane amount of pressure you are as an 18-year-old? Everybody around you has stopped talking because you're making money. Do you know what that does to you?
Isn't that the same thing?
Mourinho said, "Why are you?" Mourinho said, "Why all of you? Why did you stop? Why you the father? Why did you stop working? You the mother? Why did you stop working?
And I think it's a cultural
Like leave
thing.
this
I won't
boy.
lie. I won't lie. I
Just
think
go and do
it's a
that now. Now social media they go table your matter. They will cancel you. You get so it's the time the era has changed
The game
too.
is gone.
The game is gone.
The game is gone. Shout out to
And
Sean
that's
Dyche.
And that's
The
why
game is
Fergie used to
gone.
do family background check before he buys players.
Before.
Yeah.
You
What's
will
your
talk to your
family like?
parents.
Yeah.
You want to know what your parents do. Are they working class? And he said
Yeah.
the working class players are the ones that hustle.
Yes,
The
now.
ones who don't, they go hustle.
Facts. A big reason why Anthony didn't work in Manchester United is how they handled him.
Yes.
He's had
They
it's
made him look like
also
the
the
savior.
time that the team that he came, and also
Yeah.
the price tag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also the price tag, and the guy said,
And that is why.
and I don't
And
think
that is why.
it's just the culture too. When you are somewhere that nothing is just, you don't see the purpose of what you're doing. Everything is just crashing. Like you just like there's no motivation. It just affects everything. You get, you know. So
And I also believe that Man U has not bought like mentally resilient players over the years. You can feel that the shirt is heavy for a lot of them. That's why when they
Yeah.
leave Man U, they now start winning titles in the other leagues.
Yeah. Yeah, right. In terms of the mentally resilient thing you're talking about. So for a long time we bought soft ass players.
Very
Then
soft.
there was a time the average height of the Man United player was pretty low. We didn't buy tall players. Then we just noticed that most of our players started getting bullied. And it was Kalanka that did this breakdown. He said, in a team of 11, you have to have 7 people that are not normal.
They're mad.
Yeah, he broke it down. There are some people that, and he gave example of different clubs. Like you look at Liverpool now, Van Dijk, Robertson, you understand, McAllister. These guys, they are not normal people. If you hit one of their players, something is happening. They're going to either do something to you. You know, they are tough and gruff. And man, you didn't have that. You know, we had Bruno Fernandes, Rashford, Martial, people that you just bully off the ball, people that, you know, and that era of Vidic, Ferdinand had gone. But now we're getting those kind of guys back. Delict,
Ugarte.
Martinez, Ugarte. These are like tough people, right? They're tough on in the game. When you look at them 11v11, you don't want to do something stupid.
I remember one clip from the class of 99. Yapsan was there. Referee wanted to blow a penalty against United in Old Trafford. The way they surrounded that referee, the referee was backing away. They follow him. Say, please, don't blow the penalty. Maybe we'll see.
We used to have that. We used to have Roy Keane, Nicky Butt, Phil Neville, who was crazier than Gary Neville.
Mad people.
Yeah, and Arsenal used to have that too. Vieira, Martin Keown, Tony Adams. There's some people, they don't even look like footballers. They're just big bros on the field.
Man, you Arsenal, you know, first 10 minutes, you don't get like 4 fouls.
Chelsea had that as well. Ballack, Lampard, Essien, Makelele.
You know they Chelsea now. Now these boys, they listen to trap music, where they throw gang signs. That's what they do in Chelsea now.
Yeah, so Chelsea now, look at them. They're a bunch of softies. So you need some gruff, while you need some talent, and you need to blend it together. Now, hopefully, we get back to that level. Enough of football talk, man. Let's go all the way to Edo State, where the governor, Monday, Okpebholo, who wasn't born on a Monday, by the way, signed into. I hope you guys have seen his birth certificate. He wasn't born on a Monday, but his name is Monday. You would think, you know, that people who bear the name Monday are born on a Monday, but his birth certificate shows that he wasn't born on Monday.
What was the rationale, like being named Monday if you're not born on Monday?
That's my point exactly. People are saying the birth certificate is fake. That's what people are saying, that the birth certificate is fake. How can your name be Monday and not be born on Monday?
I'm tired of Nigerian politicians. Can you just have normal, say they born you this day, you go school this day, everything is just aligned.
No,
even your NYC self.
That would be too uninteresting now.
Some will scale everything. Now for NYC, go come say.
No, you need something that is going to be. You need a smoking gun. Anyways, the governor Monday Okpebholo has signed into law a 21-year jail term for cult members and their sponsors. 21 years.
What does it mean by cult members? Please let him define.
All right, let me read this. It says the new law, which replaced the Edo State Secret Cult Prohibition Law of 2018, has taken effect on January 24, 2025. Announcing this on January 30, the press secretary to the government, Fred Dutua, highlighted the law's stringent measures against cultists and their sponsors. He stated that individuals convicted of cult-related killings would face the death penalty, while those financially or materially supporting cult activities will be sentenced to 21 years in prison. According to the law, anyone who harbors these cultists or allows their property to be used for cult-related activities risks a 10-year jail term with their property subject to demolition. That is the crazy part of this whole thing.
Why would they demolish my property?
Because, see, that statement is very, very ambiguous.
Loaded.
Anyone who harbors cultists or allows their property to be used for cult-related activities. Bro, this can be a simple bar that you set up as a guy where you're selling
now.
Indomie and egg and you
Yep.
have a snooker pool, right?
Yeah,
In fact,
definitely.
this thing I just defined, if there was one at Ilukpeju where we used to go to. Steve, remember?
Yes, I know that.
Yeah, what's the name of that place? Joe's,
it-
Big Joe's or something.
Now you know me, they hot. They hot and peppy like this.
That Indomie and turkey, like it's Joe low down, like
Omo,
this.
you're
That's true. I remember now.
We used to come from work. And chill there till the traffic goes down.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
and
true,
I'll drink my. Oh, that's some things I miss in Lagos. I won't lie to you, man.
That place had plenty cats. That place get cats.
yeah.
God damn.
I think Dami and we also used to go there. We just go.
Yeah.
Just go and chill. It was very close to Bar Enclave. You know.
He was, yeah.
Yeah, very close. Anyways, so you have like a joint now. You're selling food, you know, asun pepper soup, you know, spice turkey, blah blah blah. You have all that going. You have a snooker table. You're selling drinks. Some people now gather at times and have meetings. You don't know what's going on. They patronize you. Everybody's fine.
You are just serving drinks.
Do you understand? They now do some investigation and find out that those gentlemen were cult
They did meet,
members.
yeah.
And then they say, what would they say? They'll say you were harboring cult members
Easily
who were
now.
carrying out cult-related activities. Because a cult-related activity, in fact, the simplest cult-related activity is a meeting.
Yes.
And then they will
Yes.
That's
demolish
basic. Yeah.
they will demolish your
Your bar.
Come on, man. So it's very ambiguous and it's very scary when you state things like this because it can be interpreted into.
That's why they make it that ambiguous now, so that they'll have room for injustice. Of course, no. Isn't that
Do you
like that?
understand? It's
For
crazy.
swiping you.
It's crazy.
My,
So
my problem here is that they will use this to target people who are not connected, like
Of
you said,
course.
and the opposition party.
Ops,
See,
yeah.
guys,
Ops.
let's not even deceive ourselves.
that's
the governor's main man,
that's what this team was set
the
up for.
governor's main man is someone called Tony Kabaka. Tony Kabaka is a publicly confessed cultist. Like there's a BBC article written about him.
Thank you.
Remember?
No, BBC article. There's a BBC.
A whole video.
There's a BBC video. Thank you. Like
He
this is
720p.
so. The best of my knowledge, he has not come to renounce it, at least on public record. But he's around the governor, and he's allegedly helping him to enforce order. There's even a video of him recently being disruptive in court during the Edo State's
I saw
election
it.
tribunal that has the governor as the defendant. Let's stop deceiving ourselves now. If you want
There
to
are
implement that
multiple
law,
videos.
start in short. If you want to demolish any property, it's the governor's property they should go and demolish because he's the one harboring cultists. He's mad. We're just here deceiving. They better get away from my face, Jerry.
No, it's crazy. It's crazy.
now.
It's really crazy because when people set things up like this, you just know that they are setting it up to fight the opposition.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's
It's not for
insane.
truth or justice.
You
It's
know,
not
Of
for
course,
truth
now
or
it's not for justice.
Like if you really think about it, you're like, oh, okay, this is good because whether we like it or not, Edo State and cultism has really damaged the reputation of Edo State. People have
Yeah.
lost their lives. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Bro, we know people that went to the schools. We know,
Yeah.
we know what's
The
up. We're
horror
not going to
stories.
say,
Yeah.
do you understand?
Yeah.
So many stories and things have happened. And for me, if you're setting this up, it's fine to set this up. But what are the
course.
other things you are doing around it?
Yeah.
You can punish
Yeah.
people for this, but how do you stop people from joining cult groups?
Thank you. You have to look for the origin. What is leading young men to join these places? Are there
Okay,
social
we need
economic factors? Are there social political factors? Are there social cultural factors? How do we make things better? Let's look at the welfare around the society that leads people into this. Because what you are doing right now is you are just perpetrating evil and violence. So what? You now arrest these people, they'll come out again. What will now happen? It doesn't make sense at all. It doesn't make sense. It seems very-
Isn't cultism a crime before in Nigerian constitution?
yeah, so why you now
So
double
what's
down
this
on-
whole thing
what's the
about
double down
special?
on?
What did they call it again? Let me open the link. The Secret Court and Similar Activity Prohibition Bill 2025. I mean, get the fuck out of my face, Charlie.
Yeah, and I think when they set up things like this, right, it's to just talking one thing.
Exactly.
Which is what we
Indeed.
just read.
Yes.
It's
They
the
just
fine
need to
print,
slot
the
in
devil-
one thing.
Yeah. Yeah, one fine print where you no go know. Come on now. If you are really serious about this, we all know what you have to do.
This is Tony Kabaka speaking.
Majority people supporting the talk. See them.
Are politicians behind the violence?
Cultism still exists because government
It's evolved. That's the truth.
That's Tony Kabaka.
That's Tony Kabaka speaking.
That's a beautiful quote.
Make it don't be like say they carry talk.
Do you understand?
That's a
This is
beautiful
a
headline.
BBC News Africa documentary that was published 3 years ago, right?
Yeah.
That talks about a certain cult. And the guy
Yeah.
said it. He said cultism still exists because the
Because-
government is involved. This is the
Simple.
truth. Now
What about the new ones?
we're not alluding to any government being involved here, right?
Thank you.
Please,
Yeah.
it's very important to state, but we're just stating what we're just
We're
We're just
reporting the
echoing-
news.
we're
This
just
is what
echoing
Tony
what-
Kabaka said. Exactly.
So man, at the end of the day, right? You just create these things and you're just talking something there. Because if you want to, again, there should be a multifaceted approach to stopping
Yeah.
cultism. Okay,
Yeah.
first, jail cult members who carry out extreme activities, blah blah blah. Number
Violent
two, like
crimes.
Ayo said, how do we stop more people from signing up or for joining these cults? We should have these sort of programs.
We should
First
have
of all,
skill acquisition centers in all local governments of this country.
Job first.
Yes,
Job
thank
first.
you.
We've,
Job.
we've, we've said this thing tirelessly on this podcast. Once you
Jobs.
create jobs, people don't have time for, bro, what
You
reduced?
saw how Yahoo reduced.
That was
cultism.
what I was going to say.
Yes, now.
Internet fraud reduced cultism.
That's what reduced it.
Why?
Yes, now.
Because people were more
Bro.
interested in making money than hacking themselves to
Outside
death.
Let me give you an example in my own school. I entered Unilag when internet fraud was on the rise, right?
Yeah.
Overnight, cultism disappeared. You could wear any color you wanted to wear on Unilag campus.
Nobody will disturb
said
you.
But bro,
Yeah.
you will see at least 10 cars that day in school. And you know that this is Yahoo money.
Yes.
Boys were collaborating on Yahoo money easy.
Yeah.
There was no time to start
Yeah.
beating. There was no time to come and say, "Oh, let's go and avenge somebody there. Let's go and do." No, nobody had time. When you had time, when there was money to be made, bro. Come on.
So it's the same thing. Skill acquisition centers, create more jobs, provide more jobs.
That's
Now,
okay.
have reorientation programs.
Also,
And orientation programs, right from the school days, where you make sure the pipeline to joining those call groups, you shut them, you
Are
shut them
destroyed.
down,
yeah.
you destroy them. And I'm not seeing things like that here. I'm not seeing things that the only thing I'm seeing is it's a crime, oh, cyber crime, cultism, everything. Punish, destroy. That's
Because
all
it's
we
easier.
know how to do in
They
Nigeria.
can't do the rehabilitation. They can't do
There was
the hard
there
work.
was somewhere, was it not in Anambra also, that they said they found a dungeon in a house, right, where they had skulls and all of
31
that.
graves there. 31
Yeah.
graves there.
And they were just destroying the whole thing. I'm like, you are just destroying evidence. What is wrong with you people and destroying? Then
And
someone
I
said,
told you, it was
why
me.
won't
I
they
said,
destroy? If
I said,
you
why won't
don't
they
destroy, and they start investigating, they will map this thing to people in the higher ups.
bro,
That's why
the
they are
paper
destroying.
train- The paper train no go nice. Destroy her now.
Do you understand? And that's what we keep doing. We just keep destroying and destroying and destroying.
So Osage,
No
that
pro-
hotel was where forensic examination for at least 6 months should be ongoing.
Like,
Missing people were
fam,
there. Missing people must
fam.
have been there.
Fam!
Give closure to their families, but you destroyed
Fam.
everything. So now
Hey,
just carry
God.
caterpillar. Why?
So they carry caterpillar with the bodies there and everything. They didn't even exhume anything and they just destroyed everything.
It's a joke. I lie.
Okay, quick one, guys. How long do you think Nigeria starts using DNA evidence in investigations? I'm thinking maybe another 100 years.
So when you say DNA,
No.
we use DNA, but we take it abroad. So when you're saying DNA, do you mean in Nigeria?
I mean,
we have
there's
our own
a
labs?
Database.
I mean, there's a homicide,
Mm-hmm.
right? Someone comes and dusts the place for prints. Someone takes
That's like-
a hair follicle from a
If
toil
it
that
does-
was used
if
in
it-
a rape murder, right?
CS, like
And then
CSI
goes to
New York.
test. Yes, I'm
Okay, I want
talking.
to ask a simple question. Sorry. When you come and dust for prints, which database
Hold-
are you
Hold on,
putting
hold on.
it?
I
Which
need you
database
to
are you
answer your
putting?
question again.
Okay.
I need
Alright.
but I need to do something as you're asking your question.
Okay.
Me, I'll answer like a Nigerian. Question with question. We'll continue.
All right, go ahead and ask your question.
So
Yeah.
if you let's say there's a crime scene, you go down and dust for prints. Which database are you going to put the prints to get the person? Like, do you know now we have?
And that's what I'm saying,
You
everything-
want to do another version of another NIN again? This one
Yes,
is
and they say this one is
the way-
going to be the most comprehensive.
it's going to
one.
be exactly.
Steve, you're asking too much question. Are you asking law enforcement to have forensic labs in a country that we don't know how many people are in,
Mhm.
a country that cannot hold a census.
Okay.
Come on now, you cannot be putting the cat before the horse. I mean, the horse before the cat. You are joking now.
There must be some. Like, there has to be forensic labs in Nigeria now.
All the forensic labs, man, when they say they want to do forensic stuff, they take it abroad. I don't know if they have now in Nigeria, but I don't think
They
that
do.
Nigerian police is
There's
hiring.
Lagos State DNA. There's Lagos State DNA and Forensic Center.
Oh,
It's a
that's
not for
nice.
profit. Is a not for profit crime laboratory established in 2017 by the Lagos State government.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
Yeah.
But that's Lagos State. It's
That's
not
not-
applying. It doesn't apply to the Nigerian police force because Nigerian police force should have its
Yeah.
own.
Yeah, it's sure.
In 36 states, they should have at least 3 or 4.
Yeah.
I think what will happen is
so. If
there
you
will
say
be
if you say
private institutions that would set
who will
up
do
these
it,
things.
yeah, they'll set up these things. My problem is for the DNA profiling. Which database are you using? That's my
There's no
point. Like,
database. We just need to start collecting it now.
we just need to
So
start
imagine-
collecting database.
So imagine, go for
That's why I give you 100 years and you say no.
100 years is just too.
It's too far. 100 years
it's
is
too
not far.
It's too pessimistic. Let's be
If,
just
I'm
pessimistic.
pessimistic. No, Steve, what has Nigeria done for you that made you optimistic? Why won't I be pessimistic?
Bro, in 1960, if somebody said, "Oh, when do you think Nigeria will have constant electricity?" and someone said, "Oh, in 50 years," I'm sure they told that version of Steve and Osagi in 1960, whether they were at the beer parlor or wherever, they said, 1960 Osagi, you are too pessimistic.
That's 60 years in,
Do
bro.
you understand? 60 years later, there's no power.
I'm just thinking about the money someone will make from this exercise. Because for you to build the DNA database, there has to be another exercise, maybe like with the Ministry of Health in
Yep.
conjunction with another ministry. I'm just imagining how someone
And
is
privacy
someone
around
just
that,
cook,
privacy
someone
laws
is
around
someone
it.
is cooking it up now to get one mad money in Nigeria.
Yeah. But I'd rather, if you give me good funding, I'd rather just build dialysis centers because of the fake drinks that people have
Because of
consumed.
Yeah,
Everybody's
I see it
kidneys
now.
is going.
Yeah.
I want you saying it now. Everybody
We're
has
seeing it now.
shutting down.
There's high
In real
increases
time.
Yeah.
Speaking about your kidneys going, NAFDAC has sealed 250 factories producing fake Hennessy, Coca-Cola, other drinks in Abia State.
Of course.
Yeah.
It has to be from the east.
250
Of course.
factories. So the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control shut down the infamous cemetery market in Abia State for the second time in 2 years. First of all, a market called Cemetery Market is wild. Let me just start.
That's the place that you know that some shit is going down, bro.
Yeah, the agency said it uncovered and confiscated fake and substandard food and beverages worth over 5 billion naira in its latest operation tagged Operation Cleanup Aba. Described as the hub of Africa's largest counterfeit wine and beverage cartel, Cemetery Market has been notorious for producing fake alcoholic drinks, carbonated beverages, and food products. NAFDAC's Director General, Professor Mojisola Adeyeye, in a statement signed on Tuesday, described the raid as the most decisive action in the history of the market. This is a major step towards safeguarding public health and curbing the circulation of fake products in Nigeria. During the operation, over 240 makeshift factories were said to have been discovered producing counterfeit products under unsanitary conditions. Adeye revealed that these factories use harmful chemicals, contaminated water, and recycled bottles to manufacture fake versions of popular brands, including Hennessy, Siemens Schnapps, Coca-Cola, Sprite, Peak Milk, and Hollanda yogurts. Hollanda yogurt. Let's give a shout out to Mr. Yogurt and Asun. All right.
Now, Greek yogurt are the take now. Greek yogurt is the best for your stomach.
And others,
Gut
but
health.
when you are
Our brothers are listening.
they will transition to Greek products. NMD, Greek products. We take all the Greek
Does it-
products.
Should I
Does
tell
it-
you guys a funny story? Amiibo, so I can see this. I can tell this story. Nobody will accuse me of being
Yeah, I'm happy,
tribalistic.
but
So there's one
fuck
time.
everybody. Yeah, go ahead.
There's one time we did the analysis, me and some of my friends. We said, you
Yeah.
know what? Okay, this fake. How do we bypass this fake drink epidemic? They say, okay, you know what? Because it's made by our Eastern brothers, businessmen, right? And it's usually from the East. There's a high probability that the people who patronize them are like Igbo businesses who have like supermarkets and shops. Like, so okay, let's stop buying drinks in Igbo-owned supermarkets. So there was this, I won't call the name of the tribe. I won't call it. I won't mention the tribe. There's this another man of this supermarket in Festag that is owned by a businessman from another tribe. So that's where we go and buy. That's where we go and buy
That's so
alcohol.
stupid of you guys.
Then
The good side
6
of
months
that is
later, NAFDAC just did a raid
And shut
across
the
like
guy
a
down.
Festag and shut the guy down. That the guy was selling free drinks.
sorry.
Do you think market forces recognizes ethnicity?
Baba, what you want tribalism?
And they tell you, I will use tribalism to bypass picture.
You think market forces? You think capitalism recognizes ethnicity?
There's a story that Badman Tej, shout out to Badman Tej, once told me, last year or so. He said he went to the East and I think he went there for like a project. And he noticed that on the roads, there are a lot of trucks carrying Sprite. And the guy asked the guy beside him, what's up with this Sprite? And the guy was like, don't you know? The guy said he doesn't know. He said that one of the components for doing like fake alcohol and stuff is Sprite, that they need Sprite also.
Wow.
So that's why Sprite has been moving a lot.
Wow.
I was like, God,
so they buy them in bulk.
Yeah, they
That's
buy
them
them
for
in bulk.
buying it and not even faking the Sprite. So there's
No,
a
they
part
say
of
They
the
didn't
big drink
adulterate
that
the
is-
Sprite. They need original Sprite.
That's right. But they not use the original Sprite to adulterate the original Sprite, man.
This is wild.
Yeah, because I'm sure it's fizzy. There's probably some chemical components.
Yeah, there's
There's
something
so they're
to
doing.
it.
They're like, what's this guy in Breaking Bad before
Walter White.
No, before Walter White, he's
Just
he's
Pinkman.
So
Jesse
imagine
Pinkman
you
was
doing
doing
sales
his own- was doing his
analysis. As a sales manager for Sprite, this sales analysis, I'm like, man, people in the East they consume a lot of Sprites. Let's target them, adverts and stuff like that.
No, but if you know they're buying Sprite, if you're a sales manager for that region, right? And you know they're purchasing the Sprites in that region to adulterate, to create adulterated
No,
drinks. What do you do? What do you do as a sales manager?
You sell more.
bro, it's in life. Like you now, you work for a pharmaceutical company. I now notice in Lagos or in the north that codeine is selling. You know, constantly whether people they use codeine, if we are selling organ.
You won't ask which kind of cough do this
This kind of
people have?
cough is in this region.
You go to say now Matan cough, they catch them for not.
Well, I'm
they
sorry.
cough,
I'm sorry, but that's not ethical. I'm sorry.
Of course, it's not. But
It's a hard
that's
line.
you
It's a hard
staying in. We're talking about a country that's
Because
that's-
Monday morning reports go sweet every time.
Oh man, you're gonna carry shoulder now.
Yeah, man. I was like, that means
Something
you
that
can't work in
your promotion is
you can't work in
imminent.
bats. Yeah, you can't work in bats now because the more cigar they sell, you know it's in the happen.
The more you dey keep people.
You know, say cancer they sure. Oh my god.
You can't eat your cake and have it. It's not.
No,
it's not
this is
our fault.
crazy. But
Law
this is
enforcement
crazy
should do their job.
because you don't even know what you're buying, if it's original or fake. You
No, it's
actually don't
crazy,
know. I remember that time. I don't know if it doesn't happen that much anymore, but remember that time where you just have two versions of a product, and then your mother will tell you, "Don't buy the one that has the double ring, or buy the one that has the single ring on the
Yeah.
packaging or something." I remember, and then you go to the shop and they will tell you, "We have two type. Which one you want? We get two type of the same product, though." And they will tell you, two type D. This one cheap past this one. Which one you want? Ah, man. Anyways, shout out to NAFDAC for busting that place. And
I hope they arrested the people behind it too. Not only busting, but to arrest the people also.
And that's the main problem I have, right? The main problem is, are they prosecuting these people? What is going on? Because if you bust 250 like shops or factories, these are people who then become idle. So do they move on to new regions to continue what they're doing? Like, what is happening?
Or they regain
Again,
capital
it's
again
destroy,
and start
destroy,
over.
destroy. But what are the preventive things? Or after you've done that, what are the things you're going to look at and say, okay, this is how we can remedy this situation so we don't end up here anymore. And that's the main problem I have.
But all is key, destroy. Just break it down.
Yeah. Speaking about halting things, anyways, President Trump has stopped foreign aid to Nigeria. Since 2023, Nigeria has been receiving $1 billion in foreign aid from the United States. With this halting of foreign aid to Nigeria, it will hurt the healthcare sector, especially after Trump has halted funding to the WHO. Nigeria is one of WHO's main beneficiaries.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of that going on. First of all, I think we need to recognize the impact of this funding, right? So, typical example is for people who have HIV,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Their drugs are subsidized. They can go to like some of these health centers. The drugs have already been subsidized. Some of the drugs are even free in
Antiretroviral
some,
drugs. Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know, in
to
these
retroviral drugs, yeah.
regions, and it's easier for people to purchase these drugs and to use these drugs. You can then move into things like contraception or contraceptives rather, other things like menstrual
Bed control.
pads, bed
Yeah.
Yes.
control. You know, a lot of those things now will be
Yeah.
reduced, and this impacts people. And I don't even want to look at it from an eye view of what's happening like in Lagos for people who can afford these things. I'm looking at people who can afford these things, people who even don't know, people who
Up
don't even
north.
understand the dangers,
Yeah.
right? So you leave like the highbrow areas and then you start to move into like other regions where people don't even understand the dangers of these things. People don't even know they've even contacted HIV, right?
Many.
And other things like that. Then you're not even looking, you go further, you look at vaccinations, which is very key, you
The
know.
very key. Yeah.
Yeah. If you look
Man.
at
I
like
think
other
I think in Nigeria, actually, the HIV one is scary because now for Nigeria, I think there are 2 million people living with
We are
living
the
with
third
HIV in
highest.
Nigeria.
I think we are the third highest
Yeah.
in the world.
Man, just if you
And that 2 million,
like you
sorry,
said,
that 2
that
million is
drugs helps them to
documented, though.
manage the disease, which means that like the drug, I think it suppresses the virus to a point where people living with it cannot even spread it.
Yeah, when that
And most
becomes
importantly, they will not
negligible.
even see the disease develop into AIDS. Right?
Yeah.
I'm just imagining what that would do to like the health system, especially.
It's going to
Like if
collapse.
it's like, there's this popular, I don't know if you guys remember, this popular basketball joke where he was talking about there's nothing that has stopped men from being promiscuous, even HIV, even AIDS. That he's just predicting that the next disease will just be men walking on the streets and their dicks will just be blowing up.
Love for
He said that them men go get sense.
oh my god.
it's scary, man.
It's
At the end of
scary
the day,
now.
this is
So,
how
yeah,
the world
it's-
works. The US election has repercussions for
Yeah.
Nigerians, and we can see it. The federal government has not paid attention to health in decades. Some governors would rather build new hospitals than take care of the hospitals in their states.
You get.
We saw what Aproko Doctor did. He visited a primary healthcare center where
Yeah.
women give birth, and the place it looked like a pigsty. It looked like an abattoir.
I'm
at the end of the
looking
day.
at the video now and it's horrible.
Bro,
It looked like somewhere where
Yeah.
it looks like somewhere where animals give birth to and that is not
Yes.
also properly taken care of.
Like, yeah, exactly. Like,
I
it
don't
looks
know,
like
all those nasty abattoirs where they just slaughter
veterinary.
animals.
Yeah. Yeah. Before we even get to the Aproko Doctors, this thing, I've been watching a lot of commentaries on this Trump's halting funding, especially how just the commentaries, especially from the conservatives, on how they have not really seen the positives of America, like giving aid to countries and basically just being big brother to the rest of the world. Right? I'm just disappointed because I've not seen anyone make an argument that from the fact that that has helped that is part of what made America like a world power. Do you get like intervening in global affairs, like influencing international politics? That has helped them becoming. Because if you look at it after like World War II, America was the one who
America. Yeah.
America was the one that came up with these institutions like WHO, World Bank,
NATO.
United Nations. Thank you. They were the ones that
They
came up,
championed it,
established
yeah.
it, and that was part of what helped them become global powers. Like in fact, you say the status of world power was part of what caused the Cold War between them and Russia.
Yes,
Right?
ma'am. So
Like,
after
exactly.
the Second World War,
So they fought for
market
these
share.
things.
Yeah.
They fought for it.
Yeah.
In fact, let's not forget that for them to really fight terrorism, the US Army needs the army to be everywhere. That's why the concept of military base is like in almost 100 countries. This is how America garners those
and this is why they
influence,
produce weapons
right?
a lot in America.
Thank you. So when I see, like, I was watching Tucker Carlson and Piers Morgan. Tucker Carlson being like a very important voice from the conservative, was just spewing this whole we've not benefited anything. I'm like, are you serious? Like, do you think this thing just came out from thin air? Or like,
The reason why you war power is because
Trump
the
should
guy
continue
forgot
because China is okay. We're here. Because
Anyways,
when China becomes the world power now, that's when we'll not start saying, "Oh, this governor, this president has failed because we've lost world power and stuff like that."
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah. That's just like that's something that bothers me about this whole Trump argument, especially from the American commentary. Like, you people are not seeing this. Like, you people started this thing for a reason, and that reason is lost on you guys.
I think
I don't
some
understand.
of them are tired of being the war power.
Okay, all right.
I mean, it's Fafo. Yeah, for around and find out.
exactly.
Yeah, for around and
Yes.
that's the thing about brilliant thing about it. You will find out.
You will find out.
You will find out
exactly.
in real time.
Find out.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, you guys were right. Nigeria has 190,950 HIV/AIDS infections per year, the second highest rate in the world. This is from UNICEF. So Aproko Doctor said, Trump cutting funds to PEPFAR. What does this mean? If you don't treat HIV, almost everyone affected will develop AIDS. To treat HIV, they need the ART, antiretroviral drugs. And these drugs have become so effective that a HIV positive person can no longer transmit the virus if the level of the virus is suppressed. These drugs are expensive, so a lot of drugs available are donated to us. Now that the donation has been cut, what does this mean? It means Nigeria doesn't rise to the occasion and take charge. If Nigeria doesn't rise to the occasion and take charge, infections will rise. Currently, it's around 200,000 infections a year, like I just stated. People will die from AIDS. Drugs are not available. Our already burdened healthcare system will be burdened further, which might be make or break. These are just a snippet of the ripple effect. Now is the time to take our health system seriously. The second best time was yesterday. Nigeria cannot continue to depend on donations for its own healthcare, which is super important. So I saw a lot of people getting mad. Oh, see, Trump, I told you people not to vote for Trump, blah, 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 blah. Guys, you have your own house. You are mad that the person who used to bring yam tubers to feed you in your own house has stopped. But the head of your own family is taking all the money and going to carry badges.
for side chick.
Right? I'm glad we had the same
And
the same conclusion.
train of thought.
the same right?
Yeah.
So I want to see, guys, you guys that are getting mad, I really want to see more anger directed towards your own people than someone who, has the right to stop funding to your country.
Yeah,
Can
I
we
don't want to
channel
be.
this
I don't want to
energy?
fund again. Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll be
Channel
going
this
for
energy. And that's the problem
international-
we have in Nigeria.
Yes.
We don't know how to channel energies to the right place.
The right place.
I mean, half of the people talking were the ones who were also benefiting, because we know most of you that collect fund. We also know what happens. So most of
Fund
you too are
masters.
crying because you collect funds for your NGOs, your ambiguous NGOs, and you embezzle half of it.
And you drive around in the latest car.
So we know that's going on, but that's just one thing. I'm just saying, for people who genuinely are hurt that this funding has stopped because they know the impact, the negative impact of it, let's try to channel the anger away from the US and Trump and channel it to our own people. Because if we were serious, we wouldn't need that funding in the first place.
Osage, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Since this was announced, right, has the Ministry of Health put out a statement showing any blueprint or roadmap on how to resuscitate the Nigerian health sector?
First of
Like,
all, let
have
me
they-
even find out who the
have they
Minister
even-
of Health is.
Have they even commented on it? I mean, I just want to know.
Maybe the what you might call it, the funding is not
It hasn't hit them yet.
or there's no official comunicado official. It has not been communicated, and what we are just hearing is, oh, there might be or there might not be. I'm trying to see who the minister is.
Oh, he has made a statement.
He has made a statement. Uh-huh.
Yes, Trump
See, we're
halting aid
serious
to
people
Africa.
now. Can you see?
Trump halting aid to Africa is the wake-up call.
Dr. Isiaq Adekunle Salako. That's the Honorable Minister of... that's the Honorable Minister of State.
Oh,
The...
so even the main guy no even talk yet.
Who is the minister? I'm even trying to see. Who's the minister now? Who's the minister? I'll find who the minister is now. But yeah, but generally we're not just serious people.
No, we are not. Nigeria as a country is not
First now,
serious.
you go for international events or conferences, and the people who are funding you are coming with 10 delegates.
Yeah.
And the people that are funding are coming with 100 delegates.
I'll be mad.
You serious?
This is what I'm using my
We're
money.
not
This is
serious
what I'm
now.
spending my money on.
We're not serious now. We're
Oh,
serious.
God.
That's how they brought.
We are the one using 21 billion naira to renovate the house of the VP.
Do you understand how much has been put in the health?
I don't think we need funding.
See,
we don't need funding.
Let me see. If
Nigeria
I'm
doesn't
the
need
president of a country, right, and I do research, or I send someone to do research, or like whoever handles like foreign policy, whatever, and they bring back a report and say, oh, this is how much these guys have spent on building their vice presidents. No, not building, actually, renovating their vice president's lodge. This is how much they spent, and this is how much goes into their health sector. I'm just going to look at it and say, I don't understand. Why are we still funding these guys if this is how much they spend on frivolities? You have that friend that, as you are saving your own money. Remember in uni, you have your money for the week or the month and you save your own money. You go and buy bread and, what's that? Bread and akara and do hamburger and drink it to
Risky
1/7
burger.
up. Risky burger. And my guy is always at the biggest restaurant flexing in week 1. And then he gets to week 4 and you are still okay doing your risky burger. Then the guy comes and say, oh boy, how far now? You just look at the guy and say,
waiting?
how far waiting? Come on for here, I beg.
I beg you.
It's the same thing here, man. And that's my issue. If you can't channel the resources to the right places in your own country, you shouldn't get mad if someone pulls funding because you should have been able to sort it out yourself.
After all these decades, come on.
I don't know. I'm sorry, guys. Nigerians, let's channel the energy. And that's one thing we still don't know how to do. We don't know how to channel the energy to the appropriate place. That's the problem. That's the problem. Huh? That's what we find out. That's what it be.
Have you?
It's just a sad story. That's just the problem. It's just a sad story. It's just a sad story. Because people are going to suffer for this. And the people that will suffer for this are not the people who have
stolen. They're not the cause. Yeah.
They're not the
cause of our problem. Yeah.
They've not misappropriated funds.
Just look at that primary healthcare center. I watched that video and I was close to tears.
Yep.
This is where people have to go and deliver their children. Bro, the place look like an abattoir.
Do you see that toilet? God.
People are not paid well. Which local government was that?
I don't think he mentioned because
he didn't state.
Because even when he interviewed those people were off camera, and I knew he did it for a reason.
Yeah, even if it was like a place for the veterinary doctors, it's still not even good enough.
Yes,
even treat animals like
it's not sanitary enough.
Let alone humans. You know,
bro, the place.
Bro, do you know that
21 billion? 21 billion.
Bro, do you know that UCH has not had lights for the past 80 days?
Bro, isn't it? That's the next topic.
Do you know what UCH? Yeah. Do you know what UCH is in Nigeria?
Wait.
82 days.
82 days without power.
Yes. This is a major hospital. This is not a primary health center.
Bro, I think this is the University College Hospital. Yes. This is UCH Ibadan.
Mm-hmm.
Angry students of the University of Ibadan in Oyo State have staged a peaceful protest against the 82-day power outage at the University College Hospital. UCH Ibadan is the teaching hospital where medical students from UI are trained. Oh my God.
Yes, now it's one of the best training universities in the country.
If only 1960 Steve could see what was happening.
If I don't shake it.
The teaching hospital. Yeah,
I'll continue to call out hypocrisy. You know the pro APC group on Twitter that we are against NSAS protests, and you remember a lot of them. Once in a while, when the conversation pops up on Twitter, they start recalling fake scenarios of when their pregnant wives had to trek in the sun and long distance during labor because the NSAS protesters blocked the road. You remember now?
Yes.
They even apply the same gist to when electricity workers cut off electricity during strikes.
Yes.
You remember?
Yes.
Because the strike was a bad look for the government. They came in numbers on Twitter to start talking about
how can you cut out
due to electricity. How it should be considered treason to do something like that. In cases like this, you won't see them saying anything.
They're silent.
They're quiet. How do you want to spin it? They can't spin it.
You don't even know them.
82 days.
I've not even seen people tweet I'm batified anymore.
This is a
I'm
bad
sorry.
dog.
So I don't think it's only UCH. I think he affected the whole of UI too.
No, that one day now. Bro, I just remembered in uni days the power used to go off in class. I just remembered. Hey, put it.
Osagi, there was a time in
They
uni
pinch,
life,
huh?
right? There was no light in the whole school. Boys were not restless. There was not this dark hallway in New. Anybody who knows New Hall, girls had to be begging guys that please, can you escort me to my hostel, because boys were not manhandling them in the dark. There was no security light. There was nothing. You could hear screams of girls. Well, I was in Jaja. You could hear girls screaming all the way from New Hall because boys were manhandling them in the dark. The whole school.
Okay. The teaching hospital has been experiencing a power outage since last year due to debts owed to the Ibadan Electricity Distribution Company, IBEDC. Addressing journalists, the president of the UI Student Union Government, Comrade Bolaji Aweda, described the blackout as persistent, saying it has crumbled academic activities within the hospital and the universities. The whole school, guys.
Yes.
He said the situation has lingered for over 82 days as students could not study well. Aweda said the blackout was a popular play between the authorities of IBEDC and UCH. You know, I just remember that in uni we used to go and fetch water to take our bath.
Fetch water from where?
In the school. You know, in the school. Within the school, you had wells. I'm just remembering that you had to go and fetch water, then take into the bathroom to have your bath. I'm just remembering.
Yeah, I remember watching one university show like that, and yeah, I can remember that.
More. I don't know what to say.
If when you are training young minds to help the health sector, you cannot give them power so that they can do surgery. They won't do surgeries in the dark. They won't need lantern. You can't do that alone.
Maybe that's what they are training them for, actually.
Yes, because that's
able to
reality.
do it in the dark.
Yeah, because that's reality when you even go out.
Bro, someone was telling me how, as a medical practitioner, right, in a one of the health centers in Lagos, they would deliver babies, right, using the torchlight from their phone.
Oh yes, standard.
82 days, guys. No power in the whole school. No power in the hospital. 82 days.
That's a cause for concern. Wow. The governor of that state.
I need the energy. You know, like, you know how people get, like, and I mean, part of the energy is that they are protesting, which is great.
Yes.
But I need us to be able to channel, like, all that energy we see towards one particular thing so that the change is made.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? Is it possible?
No, Nigerians won't do that. There's Sunday and Friday now. We'll go to church on Sunday. We'll go to mosque on Friday. And beg God to help us restore lights in UCH.
The resilience of Nigerians is amazing.
Bro,
it's amazing.
Lot of countries, 48 hours, no light. Ah, shit.
What do you mean 48 hours? 48 hours.
1
hour. 1 hour.
Everywhere is shut down.
Because the whole place is they don't understand alternative power. So 1 hour, it's a problem. People are on life, what do you call them? These life machines.
Yes.
1 hour, people die. 1 hour, businesses shut down. I need you to understand, like 1 hour, a whole business, the internet goes off.
Yeah.
There's no backup power. Anyways, let's leave Nigeria. Deepseek.
Shout out to Deepseek.
Those ones, the engineers who are doing all those schooling, they're not going to fresh water in a well. Or they're not staying 82 days without lights.
Bro, that is not a problem that they've even imagined since the day they were born.
That's why people are high quality and be able to deliver high quality products like that now. Easy. You can't be waking up Monday morning to go to fuel stations to queue for fuel. Telling me you're putting in this kind of work. It's impossible now.
Minister of Education says we can still train people on AI.
I used to take meetings. I used to be on Monday morning. I would fuel queue. They take meetings. And I'll be like, how can I be productive? Like, how
can't,
is
no.
this even fair?
You can't.
Bro, you can't. Your brain is
Bro, when we walked in Lekki, once we are done with work, that time that you guys probably go home with the boss and everything,
Yeah.
I'm hanging around in Lekki. When it's 10 o'clock, I'm going to
Yes,
queue at
now
Fort Toy.
to queue. Yeah.
I queue at Fort Toy from 10 to like 3:30 in the morning. I fill all my kegs and everything.
Go home,
Then
take
from
your bath, and come back to the office.
I rush home, take my bath. Before traffic starts again, I resume at the office at 6 o'clock.
So how do you want to be productive in a
No,
very
you can't.
highly mental?
You can't. What you can just do at that point is just do the basic.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's basic.
Yeah.
Based on muscle
Which
memory.
is showing up and just doing the basics. That's
Basic.
it. Do you get?
You would see
It's-
people that would resume at work that time. They will resume at work. Work starts at 8. You see people come to work at 5:36 in the morning,
Yes,
sleeping
no.
on their desks,
They are
Yep.
sleeping because they want to beat traffic.
sleeping tired. You see people just tired, sleeping. This was pre-work from home.
Yeah.
They'll just be
That one.
tired, sleeping. By 8, guys, we need to wake up. The generator goes on. It was one of the bosses that came and said, "Wait, these guys get to work at 6, and we still put on the
Yes.
gen at 8." Nah, it
Yes.
Yeah,
doesn't
you
make
see
sense.
wait. You see
That's true. It doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Put on the gen at 6 because people get to
Yeah.
work at 6, and then they
Yeah.
will put on the gen. It felt a bit better. The fans were on, the ACs
Fans
were
were on,
on,
ACs were on.
and people would then let's get into the rhythm of things.
True.
So it's,
True. Me, I never liked that morning sleep. I like going into it so that by 12 I'm done with work. Then lazy around, like when everybody goes home. Me and you, the boss, will go home late. So
very
like
late.
well, is it that I'm sleeping in the evening or I'm sleeping in the car as Judy's driving?
Yeah. Because when you get home, eat something, do something.
Eat something, you
There's
sleep
still
on
some one or
there's
two.
still some work to
I'll
do.
still send you
email and
Steve,
stuff like
Alpha.
that.
There's
by
football.
4:05, by 4:30,
There's football for you. There was
football.
football in the evening.
Yeah, of course. By 4:30, you have to wake up again.
You're back
They're
at
not
it
buying.
again.
They're not buying that time to wake up 6 o'clock.
You don't.
Against
That
God.
don't go now.
Don't go to work.
That's
6
it,
o'clock.
bro.
That get
Don't
it. You're not going to
send
work
email to
now.
HR. Send email to HR. Say it's not possible.
It was wild.
It's terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible to believe.
It's
Anyways,
terrible what we deal with.
the release of Deepseek rocked the tech industry as it quickly overtook OpenAI's ChatGPT as it was the most downloaded free iOS app in the US. So Deepseek is also it's very similar.
It's
also
a
another
chat,
AI
yeah.
model.
Yeah.
Very similar to ChatGPT. As a matter of fact, was built on some of the
Has that been confirmed, or it's just?
no, but you can clearly see now.
It's not. I cannot clearly see. They can
can
develop
clearly see.
another. They can develop their own.
Okay, let's even go as far as the interface. The interface looks very much like ChatGPT's interface. Yes or no?
Yep.
It does now. Anyways,
Maybe there
it's-
isn't much you can do with a chatbot's interface. Is it?
it's very similar, but I understand the design thinking because something
Yeah.
that exists already, you want to do something
Yeah.
similar to it. So
Similar
it's-
to it
because the
give people that
users already
familiarity.
used
familiar
exactly.
with something. Yeah.
I mean, what is interesting here is that what took OpenAI like a lot of years to do and a lot of money and people to build, it took maybe 6 or 7 people to build this with way less
The
money.
fraction of the cost.
Way
yeah.
less.
Yeah, and
It's
then
insane.
that was the biggest talking point that
Yeah.
this thing can actually be done with less money and less people. And then videos of Sam Altman, CEO of OpenAI,
OpenAI.
talking about how the ChatGPT model cannot be replicated by anybody, started to resurface, and people, it basically became a very interesting conversation going on. I think what was interesting for me is like the AI wrapping models, where people build the product wrapping using OpenAI's APIs, have now even become more useful. Because people were just saying, oh, this model doesn't make sense. You are building your whole product on etc. But with more, platforms like Deepseek and everything, maybe the AI wrapping models even make more sense now. Because there's more than one platform that is offering that service for
That's
them.
offering it.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that makes sense, It also caused this news and the launch of Deepseek also caused the chip making company NVIDIA to lose almost $600 billion in its market value in one day. Yeah, boo-hoo to us that own NVIDIA. We didn't sell on time, but you know us, we're long holders. We'll hold for the long
You're going for the long haul. You're in for the long ride,
haul.
eh?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
DeepSeek has reasoning capabilities comparable to US models, but
It took a fraction of the cost to train and
yeah,
run. Yeah.
exactly. Basically,
Yeah.
I've used DeepSeek. I haven't been too intricate with the use, so it hasn't given me something very different from what
Yeah.
ChatGPT has given me. So
ChatGPT
for
has
people saying,
given.
"Oh,
Yeah.
DeepSeek is way better," it does this. I haven't seen that.
I
Maybe
haven't
I
because
seen
never
it.
see am.
I
Is this the
haven't
same thing they
tasked it
give me?
to
I haven't
that
seen it.
level.
I haven't
And
seen it.
yeah, what I've done
In
so far is
fact, there are
very
some
basic.
prompts. I did a prompt with three of them:
Yeah,
Perplexity, DeepSeek,
they say
and
Claude is the best.
ChatGPT. Yeah, Claude. Sorry, Claude too. I did a prompt with four of them. Maybe because it's something I'm all overly familiar with. I was still going with the ones that ChatGPT was giving me because it was something I wanted. I don't know how.
I think
I
it's
don't. I
also
don't know.
because you've trained the GPT to the point
I've
where
trained my GPT that
Yeah.
maybe they understand
yeah.
because my prompting is just a small thing. And my prompting is basically the full work.
Hmm.
Just that I just refine and yeah, it's basically, and that
Yeah.
goes back to the tweet. Please open that tweet that I put there so that we'll talk about. Let me get you guys thought on it because I always my thinking when I think about AI in terms of skill, how you affect skill acquisition in today's world is different from people.
Yeah, so someone tweeted, with these reasoning models, what's the plan for the talent pipeline you people are creating? You people are creating, teaching millions of people to code. I think it's still important to create those
Yeah,
pipelines because
true,
using AI models, it's or reasoning models rather, it's like operating machinery,
true.
right? So
It
as
Yeah.
you
requires
True.
open
True.
skill.
True.
now, you can't still, if you don't understand how to code in like a certain coding language, let's say
Thank
Python,
you.
for example, you still
Exactly.
don't know
You
how to
still can't
use,
don't know how to do it. Just for
except
Yeah.
example,
you have
yeah,
people who are building things to build things, but it's still
yeah,
too intricate. We've not gotten there yet. That's still another
yeah,
maybe 10 years or so
yes,
for machines to
yeah,
wake up and build machines on machines. For me, I feel like you still have to have a certain level of
thank
experience
you.
and expertise to be able to then
Yes,
use and operate, these
I
models
agree.
to be faster at
Definitely.
what you are doing. So you
Yeah,
still need to train people because we're getting to a level where the basic understanding of language would be in these terms and
yeah,
not, do you understand? So you don't want to be
yeah,
left behind. You don't want to be like your folks who only know how to use WhatsApp and don't even know
true.
how to change their profile picture,
Yeah.
Yeah,
right? You
I
need
agree.
people to
I
be on a
agree.
certain level. And so when we do advance further in technology, they already are sound enough. That's
Yeah,
my that's my own point, basically.
yeah. This takes me back to like prompt engineering, like in terms
Yeah.
of teaching people how to prompt and like I just believe the best training for like prompting is just skill acquisition. Because the better you know much about a subject, the better you know how to
The better
prompt
you
it.
know how to ask
You
questions.
should ask question.
You
It's
understand?
simple.
Yeah. If you
It's
don't know, you don't be
simple.
running around in
That's
circles.
Yeah.
yeah, you're just running around in a circle. Like
It's skill acquisition. You're right.
exactly. Excellent prompting depends on how well you know what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
If you know it very well, you prompt it very well, you get what you need, then go
Yeah,
ahead and refine. It's very nice.
exactly. Exactly. All right, man. We talked about Bento
Last
last
week, yeah.
week.
Oh, bento.
Yes, Bento. If you guys know Bento, Bento is the Nigerian payroll and human resource management platform. All right, the CEO, Ebun Okumbanjo, has resigned amidst allegations of failing to remit taxes and pensions on behalf of its clients. Okumbanjo announced his resignation in an email to the Bento's board of directors, signaling a clean break by also relinquishing his equity and debt holdings in the company. This move opens the door for a potential fresh start for both Okubanjo and Bento Africa. In his resignation email, Okubanjo hinted at launching a new company, Ada AI, an AI powered sales assistant. It's going to drive that AI crazy, anyways. I mean, we talked about this, right?
Yeah.
That, hey, and if you guys haven't listened, please go and listen to the last episode. We went into detail about um this is basically bad faith and bad what do you call it? Not a bad faith. There's something called he's a bad player. And he's committed fraud, basically. So I
Yeah.
don't know what happens from
Absolutely.
here from his resignation. Will he first
I
of
heard
all,
that
what happens to
LRS.
Bento? Oh,
Yeah.
there's the whole ARS and EFCC. I saw
Angle
that
too.
yeah,
Yeah.
LIRS and EFCC are also been alerted. I don't know what they would I don't know what will come out of that. I don't know. I don't know if he will be asked to
stay back or something.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
Anyways, but yeah,
even from his comments, it seems he doesn't even believe in the future of, especially the of the company, because
Yeah.
he thinks that the industry is like the
It's not
framework is
ready.
not ready. Yeah, so
which I don't
yeah.
agree, but he will have more knowledge about it. But I don't agree. Do you understand? Because
okay.
people will
Yeah.
pay their taxes and people would pay, pensions will be paid. So what do you mean there's no future?
I think he's talking about the automation that people want, where there will not be a case of him not remitting, that dealing with government
How is
agencies
that hard?
still
How
very,
is that
very
hard with
manual.
pension? How is that hard with pension? Pension is very simple. Someone gets paid a salary, right? There's a piece of the salary that goes into pension, and then there's the company also adds I think half or
That's a
even a bit of
percentage,
half.
yeah,
A corresponding percentage to that.
into the company, into the
How is that
account.
difficult?
Yeah.
Then for taxes, XYZ needs to pay certain level of tax.
Of taxes, yeah.
How is that hard? This is writing a code.
True.
So I need to know how. If you're now saying, okay, the gains you make as a business is not enough. You have to hire more people. There are too many people in the market. It's saturated. That's an entirely different business.
Different thing.
But if you want to talk about it not being automated enough, are you trying to tell me you were manually paying everybody? So, and again, you come with a reputation that has been soiled in the past few years. Whether you are arguing with your clients in the gym or you are verbally abusing your staff.
toxic boss.
You've soiled your reputation. So any of your comments now, it's hard for people to believe and understand.
That's the cost you're going to pay.
We can't give you the benefit of that anymore because
True.
So there's all of that going on. Well, it's also been reported that the EFCC and the LIS will be probing the matter. So let's see where they take it from there. But you're a bad actor. That's the phrase I was looking for. You're a bad actor. And I feel no remorse for you. Now you've up and left, you've resigned, you've left. You left everybody. And and you want to go and start off something else. Well, good luck to you, selling your new product and having people believe in you.
Believe in it, yeah.
Oh, good luck to you there. Yeah. E-payment. All this payment thing that you put in the popcorn. What's wrong with this fintech guy?
I'm sorry.
It's very biased reporting. What's all these things? Fintech, e-payment transactions hit and all. Who cares? Do you think our readers care? Do you think this is a tech podcast?
This is not Fortune 500 or this thing.
I'm sorry.
Please let me play something, discuss something that will get our readers interested.
Listeners.
Readers or listeners?
Listeners.
You Prince man. It's that time, ladies and gentlemen.
It's that time, baby. It's that time, guys.
The timing of his record is diabolical.
Wow.
You see, true love, she used to leave here before.
I
got messed up and threw her out the door. Now I don't feel iron like I used to before. All the things we used to say, on the way we used to play, how we used to play. Now there's an emptiness inside of my soul. And they say my unmanliness will start to show. And God knows I cannot take it no more. That's why I'm asking you, how do I come up with you? You see, I'm looking for someone to satisfy me. Looking for someone to love me completely. Looking for someone to show me true love. And I'm searching for the kind of possibility. Someone to truly love me for me. Someone to come and be my true love.
Yeah.
I like woman, I dey straightforward.
Now, let us balance this podcast You
There's some
know,
ratchetness.
yeah, we've done some righteousness. Shout out to Charlemagne the God.
Yeah.
Let's do some righteousness. All right, man.
Let's
What is
get
going
dirty.
on? And I'm going to deflect this story to get an update from our entertainment stroke Afrobeat connoisseur stroke man on ground
Thank God.
stroke.
The number one pop culture critic in Nigeria.
Yes, that has a finger on everything.
Yeah.
Please, Mr. Ayomide Tayo, can you explain to us what is going on in the innocent? Yes, please. What is happening? What is going on? What is happening? I need to know.
So the chicken has come home to roost finally. Fairy tale, or supposedly fairy tale of Two-Face, Innocent Idibia, and Annie Idibia, formerly Annie Macaulay.
All right, before you go ahead, I think we need a background music on this. So just
thank you very much.
All right, go ahead.
Yes, Annie Idibia was meant to be the African queen, but I think on Sunday night, after we have
African king, no great again.
the African king came out and said he put out a statement on his Instagram account saying he and Annie have not been together for a while. They are separated, which is likely heading to a divorce. And everywhere was like, oh my God, what happened? This is like one of the high-profile celebrity marriages in Nigeria, especially coming off the reality show, which Annie just featured on the season 2 of that or season 3 of that. And a few minutes later, on Two-Face's account, a story was put up saying his account was hacked. And people didn't know what exactly was going on. That what's up with? Are they really separated? Are they really divorced? Or was Two-Face's account really hacked? These were the questions. No, and
you were live tweeting all of this, by the way.
I was live tweeting all of this. I was confused. Lo and behold, I didn't know that Innocent Idibia is very social media savvy. He dropped his own Instagram story. And he said, let me talk with you, I talk. Simple. And he dropped 2 videos like that.
Okay, so it must have been management that put out the hacked thing.
Yeah, I think it was that's the way the Burna Boy's sister does his own.
Okay, I'm being hacked. No, they always lock him out of the account or delete
the
locked tweet.
Him, yeah, and he has to beg for the password later on, months later. And after that, one of our premium climate change activists came out and made a statement concerning Two-Face. It is wrong for Two-Face to say this right now. It is wrong, And
my God.
Yes. And in case anybody who hasn't known, if you watch Young African and Famous, I believe that's the name of the reality show.
Mm-hmm. I haven't watched it before.
I thought all this was like a promo for that show. I swear.
I just want to know what is Swanky
Two-Face.
Jerry doing on the show? That's what I just want to know. How did Swanky Jerry get on the show? Is it from clothing and styling?
I'm a gentleman of elite content. I do not partake in watching that. There are certain people in Nigeria that are blacklisted from my mind. The gentleman known as Swanky Jerry is one of them.
Oh wow!
But apparently he's like a stylist for the celebrities in Nigeria, and Annie Idibia is one of his clients. So I guess that's how he got on the
very
show.
swanky.
Very swanky. Anyway, there were very, very strong concerns about Annie Idibia's look and behavior and mannerisms on the show.
Mental health.
And mental health. Before that, she was at a public event at I believe it was AY's wife. I think her mother or father died. There was like a public event.
AY's ex-wife.
She showed up with ex-wife, sorry. She showed up with Two-Face, and her behavior and mannerisms was also questioned by a lot of people that they hope that Annie Idibia is well.
What was she doing? Was she tweaking?
She looked like she was tweaking. She was a tweaker. Shout out to Lange.
Yeah, and she was tweaker. We also saw like Two-Face, and Two-Face was doing his own tweaking.
Oh yeah, he was doing his own, tweaking. And the following day, shout out to our celebrity reporter in Obodo Yibo. I won't mention his name. He now gave us updates on where Annie is right now and certain people who have been involved in upkeep, so to speak. In case nobody has heard, there are reports, not confirmed, that she's in a rehab right now.
Ooh.
Right, and her kids are living with Toke Makinwa, our premium climate change expert, and the rehab is being funded by the one and only bad girl of Africa, the only dark skin mommy water, Tiwa Savage.
Wow, I didn't know that. I
That
didn't
is
know
what we've
that.
heard. Yes,
Let
yes.
me
Stella
stop the music.
Demokokos put it
This
up.
is sad. Yeah,
Yes,
sorry.
Stella Demokokos put it up. Then, obviously, another Avenger from the bottom barrel content in Nigeria, Daddy Freeze, came out to say that
Alright.
Two-Face is in a relationship with another lady right now, so to speak. He didn't reveal the identity of this lady, but he didn't reveal her profile. He spoke about her profile a little bit, but he didn't reveal the identity of it. And this is where we are right now. Now, in terms of public opinion, there are a lot of women right now, some would say rightfully, against Two-Face and the way he has handled this or his behavior in the past. And a lot of mudslinging and a lot of unwholesome content have been coming out. There was a video that came out 2 or 3 years ago where Annie Dibia's brother accused her of taking drugs and not helping the family. And that now surfaced again. And people are now saying, oh, that's two. We're adding 2+2 right now. There was a voice note that leaked years ago where Annie Dibia was crying and said she was going to crash the whole marriage, that Two-Face's family never loved her and accepted her. That was also trending. So we are here right now, once again, for we millennials, our own premium artist, our own OG, our own GOAT, is having serious marital problems in his home again. And yeah, it's hard to see that some things have never changed. And some decisions that Two-Face made in his life early on, where he was at the height of his fame, and you could say he wasn't making the best decisions when it comes to who he was dating and and all that.
Why do you think it's not the
come
best
back to haunt him.
why do you think it's not the best decision? Because he's polygamous. Like he has.
Well, at that time, he said it in teardrops that he might not have made the best decisions, but he loves that his children. He loves his children who have come out of it. If you listen to Raindrops, so yeah.
Raindrops is top 5, top 3 Two-Face, by the way.
Bro, I heard that song again when the whole thing was happening. I'm like, bro,
I can't argue that.
the penmanship in this, brother.
Bro,
I can't argue that. I can't argue that.
my brothers. No.
Anyway, see, there's so much going to. Again, there's so much background story we have that we can't share because it's private,
Yeah,
right?
we can't.
There's so
we
much
can't share,
information
yes.
that we know. We can't. I'm sorry, the show is called Loose Talk, but these are people's lives. And,
Yeah, exactly.
and personally, I'm out of that box of discussing.
Discussing people's
It's
personal.
wild,
true,
and some of this
yeah.
shit is wild. They're going to clip it up.
Yeah.
I don't have energy. I'm
Because
sorry,
truly,
guys.
So many
the
intimate
details
details.
are very wild.
They are wild.
Yeah.
The kind of things where we don't hear, where we know your hand. So I wish everybody the best. First of all, I wish she gets out of rehab as quickly as possible.
As quickly as possible, yeah.
That being said, like she is treated well and she comes out because, and see, people who go in drug rehab, going for a purpose, right? You're addicted to drugs and it has caused an adverse effect, not only on you, but your family and
But
the
your
well-being
family,
of your family.
I kind of wish it's
So I
just
wish her the
drugs,
best.
to be very honest.
You kind of,
I kind of just pray that it's just like a rehab and drugs, and there's no health thing to it, and there's no threat to her life and stuff like that. Like, you get,
yeah. I mean, it's just as dangerous, but I get your point.
I
you know.
understand. You understand? Like, I understand what I'm saying.
I
It's
feel
not more
you.
than that.
I feel you. So hopefully, that
Hopefully she
is.
gets out. Yeah.
And you
pray-
people, are you people taking sides on the internet, bro? We know you
Oh,
do this
shut the
debate.
fuck up.
Shut
Like,
the
shut
fuck
up,
up.
shut
Shut
up.
the
All
fuck
of you that
up.
don't know, just shut up, shut up.
Because if I tell you stories, right, you'll be shocked at like, wow, this is really how complex this thing is.
People should keep
So,
quiet. People just
quiet.
internet knows how to fool themselves, right?
Yeah,
Like
you don't know
dropping think
anything.
pieces. You don't know anything.
Oh, this is it.
Like,
He groomed her. Oh, he do.
Yes,
Shut
that's what I
up.
also a
You
lot.
don't know
Do you
anything.
Do you know how old he was when he met
You don't know.
her? Blah, blah,
This
blah,
is
blah.
decades of things that have happened that you don't have knowledge
An
of.
idea,
You
yeah.
don't have.
You don't
You're
have
not
a
privy
clue.
to some of the background stories that we can't even
Yeah.
discuss here. That if you see everything in its entirety, you say, oh wow, okay, this is what's going on. It's more
You say
complex.
really, you say
Things
life
are
is
not
complex.
black and white. I know
Life
you
and
want
life
to
is
have
really
an
complex.
opinion. I know you want to have an opinion based on how people have treated you in your own life. I know you want to
Yes.
project. Shut
Yeah.
up.
They
Just
want to
take the
project.
And
time.
I know you want to come and project like a moral stand view that you are this perfect person
Yes.
and have a moral opinion showing that you're a
Bro.
good person and blah blah blah.
Shut
Sit
up.
down. Shut up.
Two-Face already said it. You know, holy pass, my brother.
Do you understand?
The man preached it. He knew where was coming. He knew.
So take a chill pill.
Yeah.
Just keep quiet.
Let's
Please.
keep quiet. Yeah.
Just pray
But
for.
wish
Just
bo-
pray for. Wish
Wish all
everybody
parties the
well.
best.
Do
Yeah,
you
even the
understand?
children. What
There are
they're going
kids
through right
involved.
now.
These
Kids
kids have
involved.
cell phones. They
I
see what's
saw-
happening.
I saw
Being a
platforms
journalist just made
reporting-
me Being a journalist
reporting
just made
Two-Face's
me.
children.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's terrible.
Being a journalist just, made me understand how crazy it is to just come and start commenting on people's opinion, on
Bro,
people's lives on social media, because you don't
bro,
know. It's just like people who started talking about people who just went when this woman that cooked for her husband by 4 a.m. This
yeah,
already this
the mommy Debbie.
Mama Z.
mommy
Mommy
Mama
Z.
Z
Mama
or
Z.
Vitamin
Yeah.
Z or something like that. Already, think pieces about how there's a sign of abuse that the pregnant woman is cooking by you by like all of a sudden, like people like you just jump into like people are really crazy, bro.
Yeah, people are crazy. You just
Oh
want,
my
and these
God.
opinions. That's the thing about like social media. These opinions always circle in your head, but you never say
Yeah.
them. But because you have
Yeah.
you need to say them, you then go and say
Thank you.
them.
Just go and
And
see
guys, I
them.
just
Yeah.
want to tell you that anytime you do that, you just look stupid. Like, don't do it. Do you understand? Resist the urge to comment.
No, but
Comment on other
it doesn't.
things.
You know why it doesn't look stupid?
Why?
Because there are
Because you've been rewarded.
there are a million people that are stupid as you who will come and support you. So
You're
you
actually
wouldn't-
right.
Exactly.
You're actually right. Drop a bomb for all stupid people.
Bro, have you ever seen a nonsense opinion on Twitter that was not supported? On social media that was not supported?
No.
You will see somebody who is saying, "Oh, I think, this is right." Blah, 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 blah.
You see videos like, I want to just apologize with Annie right now. I feel with her. I feel sympathy. I said, sister, calm
Just
down.
keep quiet.
now.
My wife was saying, why is he doing this at this point? I said, you don't have all sides of the story.
Of the
We
story.
don't know what is going on.
Going
You know
on.
the
Just
stuff.
let it be.
Let it
See,
be.
the
Let's
people who
move
know
on
what
with
is
our
going. The
lives.
people who know what is going on is Two-Face and Annie. Those are
Thank
the two
you.
people who know what is going
You
on.
don't understand.
We don't know what
So-
is going on. Let it be. This one that you think somebody is a victor and another person is a
Is
victim.
a victim. Calm down.
Let it be. We don't know
Calm
what is
down.
happening.
Wish for
Please.
the best for these two people.
Just think about it as a Dele Odule. You know the Dele Odule. What's the other guy that is never wrong, and the guy that played the Ogogo.
That's Taiwo Hassan now.
Thank you. Treat it like a Taiwo Hassan movie, Yoruba movie. Most times it looks like he's the villain, and then at the end of the film, you find out that he actually was doing the right thing. Or some, just treat it like that. You don't know what's going on. Treat it like that. We don't know who is innocent apart from innocent Idibia.
Yeah, apart from the man who called is called innocent.
We don't know what's going on, but just understand that it is complex. People can be right and wrong at the same time.
Same
There are a
time,
lot of
yeah.
things that go into these things. Please, please, let it go, let it be. So there
Talking
we
about
have
Two-Face,
it.
I just saw a video of Burna Boy jamming to Two-Face in his car, in his luxury car.
Oh,
So what did I do? I went to my luxury home office and I
Yeah.
started jamming Two-Face.
My
Yeah,
brother.
luxury na luxury.
Luxury,
You can't tell me what is. You cannot tell me what luxury is.
No,
Mama is
you can't.
luxury.
You don't have that. You don't have the right to
You don't have
do
your
that.
rights. You don't have a monopoly on luxury.
We
Where's my
don't. We
luxury?
don't. Talking about money and water. Shout out to Chief Priest who funded 300 students in a university recently.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh, that's
Poly-
dope.
Polytechnic.
Oh, a polytechnic and paid for their school
Yeah.
fees. So shout out
That's
to him.
dope.
That's dope. That's dope.
That's what I want to see people with money do.
Doing, yeah.
Yeah.
Impactful.
Philanthropy.
Yeah, you
Philanthropy.
low quality
True.
billionaires need to start stepping up.
Yeah.
And that's what I want to see
agree.
people do. Yeah, so shout out to him. Talking about the big three, the 1.0 big three. The twins, they are fighting over each other.
They're fighting again.
Haven't they been fighting?
Have
Have they
they-
ever
okay.
not been fighting?
Constant theme.
The Mr. Innocence. His
Voila.
innocence is constantly being
It's
questioned.
constantly being questioned.
The last one can't make good albums anymore.
The last one was not good. I didn't listen.
Was
I
that
only
You know, can't make great albums anymore. What the 1.0 big three, man? They crashed out.
yeah, they really
Crashed
bought
out.
out.
They crashed
badly.
out. Crashed
They
out. They
bought
crashed out.
out badly.
Yeah,
They crashed out.
They crashed out. Anyways, let's talk about this week in history. Who's excited? All right, this week in history. On February 3rd, 1976, Murtala Mohammed creates 7 new states. After just 6 months in office, Nigeria's military head of state, General Murtala Mohammed, announced the creation of 7 new states to increase the total number of states to 19. General Murtala, Mohammed rather, also initiated plans for a new federal capital territory so as to relocate from Lagos due to overcrowding. And I'm sure that was also part of trying to stop trying to stop coups and all of that. Because it would
And I
have
was
been more,
thinking catch him with that. Now, wow.
Because the
yeah.
place they killed him is very close to like sensitive areas in Lagos.
Yes,
like
no.
FRCN,
He saw it
NTA,
coming.
BBN.
Like saying, don't quick relocate now. Abuja get big road, wide road, where they will escape.
You understand?
Before he snipe him, we go need hire the day of the Jackal guy.
Damn.
So yeah, that happened on February 3. Announced new states.
It's wild though. Just killing the head of state of a country.
Bro, it's I'm telling you, it's wild.
It's wild.
I saw that car. They mean that guy, you. Bro,
It's wild.
Oh.
That's the story. That's the story they use for this Rita Dominic movie now. Rita Dominic
76.
Yeah,
76.
was that?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
they were telling a parallel story.
A part of the story, a parallel story. True, that's true.
Yeah,
I like that movie.
76.
I liked it just because
I
of
liked
the
it
history
too.
context. Yes, yeah.
I liked
You
it
not
too.
seen it, Ayo?
I've seen it now. I think it's a part two
Oh,
coming out
okay.
soon.
I
There's a
thought
part
you
two.
didn't see it. Okay.
Abba.
I wanted to revoke your Nollywood pass.
Anyways, in 1976, they created those states. Let me list the states for you. Cross River, which was cut out of the southeastern, then Imo and Anambra, which was cut out from East Central. Right? Do you understand how they broke it down?
Yes, no.
Yeah, I understand now. Abba.
Yeah, and then in the western parts, they cut out like Bendel, Ogun, Ondo, Oyo, Plateau, Benue, Kaduna, Niger, Sokoto, Bauchi, Borno, and Gongola, which
That's my
eventually
favorite
became
state.
Adamawa and Taraba in
That
1990.
was my favorite state ever. The name alone,
What
Gongola.
was your favorite state? Gongola.
Gongola. Just the name alone, you know.
Yeah, I like it. Actually sounds cool. Gongola State. Gongola. Yeah. It was created in 76. Man, Nigeria, what a country.
So many stories.
All right. Also, this week in history, February 9, 1897, the British invasion of the Kingdom of Benin began on February 9th after a failed diplomatic mission resulted in the deaths of British officials. In retaliation, a well-armed British force attacked Benin City, looting and burning it to the ground. The British exiled the Oba, dismantled the kingdom's governance, and seized thousands of valuable Benin bronzes, which were later distributed to museums and collectors worldwide. The invasion marked the end of the Benin independence as the territory was incorporated into British colonial rule. This is wild. Like you own an area, right? Or like you have an area, it's your region where you live. And then some group of people who don't live in that area at all, right? Then say, oh, this is your area. We are going to merge it into this other area. And if you don't want that, we are going to go to war.
That's the story of Nigeria now. If you read how they were conquering regions and states, that's how they were doing it. So sometimes they use the premise of slave trade, but before you know it, on our Majesty's orders or on His Majesty's orders, they don't plant the flag already.
Shout out to Royal Niger Company.
Shout out to them, bro. Shout out to UAC.
But do you think if they had not killed the English soldiers, the invasion would have happened?
It was still going to happen
later.
because
It will
agenda
happen
is
later.
agenda.
Abi?
Yeah, because you still want to conquer that place and you still have to go and fight. Yeah.
Agenda is agenda.
True.
Guys, we've come to the end of this episode. We'll do some fan mail next week. We hope we
Yeah.
chill with
Wow.
you guys. Have a fantastic
We don't
week
try.
ahead. And keep believing in yourself. Keep doing your thing. We love you guys.
Yeah.
Stay innocent,
Peace out.
guys.
Stay innocent, guys. Please stay innocent.
I already know the title of the sport.
What is this? Stay innocent.
Stay innocent, bro.
Oh,
Stay
man.
innocent. That's a good one. Stay innocent.
What a legend. A two-faced biopic will be mad. Mad.
no.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm definitely looking forward to it. All right, man. We'll catch you guys on the next episode. Ciao, ciao.